Well, welcome everybody to another edition of the C3 Friday Free for All. Once again, I am your host, Cody Lashton, coming back at you with another show for Panthers fans by Panthers fans. We appreciate each and every single one of you choosing to spend the start of your weekend right here with the C3 Panthers Podcast. If you would like to be a part of today's show, you may join the link via Streamyard, which I have posted at the top of the YouTube chat, the top of the Facebook chat, and the description right underneath the video. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell for every single time the C3 Panthers Podcast goes live. Gentlemen, let's jump right into it. You know we got the boys, the honorary members of the C3 Legion. First up, my man, my homie, even though he tells me to shut the hell up. And I'll tell him to shut the hell up sometime. But it's all right. He knows I love him. It's Panther Pickle. Pickle, what's up?
What's up, folks? I'm ready to chat football. G-Baby, if you listening, shut the hell up and don't hit that link, boy.
Damn, starting early.
For your own safety, don't hit that link.
Starting early.
You better keep Kate Mays out of your mouth.
Oh, shit. And Chuba Hubbard, man. What the hell is wrong with that, man? Next up, we got my man, the brand ambassador, D's Ill Skills, back on the free for all. D's, what's up, brother, man?
Man, I'm still elated and on a high from that Tuesday night show, watching you guys interview Wesley Walls. What a fantastic job you guys did. I think maybe the professor knew things about Wesley Walls' life that he didn't even know. The professor dug deep for that one. It was a really good interview. You know, the only thing that I wanted to know, and I wasn't going to put it in the chat because I didn't want to bother y'all live, because, I would have been nervous doing that. Were you nervous at all when you were interviewing him?
Well, since I had met him about 2 weeks before, I got to understand that he's just a real cool, down-to-earth dude. I just knew it was going to be a great conversation for the C3 Legion, and I do believe he will be coming on again at some point. So maybe I'll make it a point to round up some questions from everyone in the C3 Legion next time. But happy y'all enjoyed it, man.
I did. I'd like to know about Dom Capers. I bet he's got a good Dom Capers story. And it got me thinking, you know, Dom Capers is still helping this team, and it got me thinking about the Panthers Hall of Honor. And I feel like there's so many players that are backlogged that we need to get into that Hall of Honor. And, you know, over the next 3 years, the Panthers are going to be doing renovations to Bank of America Stadium. And I think now's the time to get those backlog of players in. And I'd do it in order. I'd start with that 1996 team, the 2003 team after that, get all those players in, then get all the players in between. Then get this. Then when you open the freshly renovated Bank of America Stadium, right, and it's all ready to go, then you put Cam Newton in that Ring of Honor to kind of kick things off for that season. How amazing would that be? Dave Tepper should hire me on the put me on the payroll, Cody. Let's have a good free-for-all, buddy. I'm ready to roll.
Let's do it. You know we would never be able to do this show without my man Jake, the Snake, back on the free-for-all. Jake, what's up, dude?
I'm doing great, man. I'm going to echo a little bit with what Dee's just said. That was a great show Tuesday with Wesley Walls. That intro that Kyle put out, that was an amazing intro. If you haven't watched the show yet, y'all, after this show, guarantee y'all should go watch it because it's great, fantastic. But other than that,
let me. You know what? How about this? To show some love to our boy Kyle, who literally messaged me like a couple hours before the show, and is like, "Hey, man, I threw together this highlight. You don't mind using it?" And I'm like, bro, do we mind? We used it to intro Wesley. Let's show our man Kyle some love and show the video that he made for the C3 Legion.
We were playing the Falcons. My first touchdown as a Panther. I just spiked it, so I dropped down on my knee and did the pump shotgun. I like this. and said that we just killed the birds with that touchdown.
He's a member of the College Football Hall of Fame. The Panthers rock star tight end, Wesley Walls.
Once again, thank you to our brother 910 Kyle. He's the man. Bro, shout out to all the boys, man. Dude, not only did Kyle make an awesome intro, Diesel Skills was able to clip our question about Bryce Young, put it out on Twitter. Bro, the C3 Legion is the most dedicated fan base of any Panthers pod there is. Proud of y'all boys. Love y'all boys. Appreciate y'all, man. Boys, are y'all ready to have a free-for-all today?
I am ready.
Hell yeah.
Let's do it. So this is very simple. We're going to go through some of the offensive players on the roster. We're going to let you pick your over and under on yards. So if it's a receiver, receiving yards, touchdown. If it's Bryce, we'll do passing yards, how many touchdowns thrown. If it's Tuba, we'll do rushing yards, touchdowns. You get the drift. And then we're going to let everyone pick if they're going to go over the number set or under the number set by the person who brought up the stat line. So y'all boys ready for this?
I am. I got tabs open everywhere. I'm ready.
Let's go. I'm going to start with you, man.
I'm ready.
I'm going to start with you, and I'm going to throw you something of a curveball. How many receiving yards and touchdowns do you believe the one, the only, Mr. Adam Thielen will have on the Carolina Panthers this year? Now, no one has had as much of a relationship on the field with Bryce as Adam himself. But what do you think is a realistic stat line for Adam Thielen in 2025?
All right. So in last year, Adam missed 7 games. He had 615 yards. The year before, he had 1,000 with 100 catches. But we've added a lot of talent to that wide receiver group. Cody, let me go for my June prediction. I know we're going to do this again later. Let me go 850 with 7 TDs.
Okay. 850 yards, 7 touchdowns. And I think that's a pretty reasonable number, all things considered. I think it's going to depend on how important he is to this offense. Now that you add T-Mac to the building, you're already having Xavier Legette looking to step up. It ought to be interesting. Jake, I'm going to go to you. What do you think about that? 850. And you said 7 touchdowns, right? Did you?
7 tutties.
Yeah, 7 touchdowns. So
for the oldest wide receiver in NFL football.
The oldest. Damn, is he really the oldest?
Yeah,
by 2 years. He's the oldest.
Apparently the oldest wide receiver. Yep.
All right, 850 yards, 7 touchdowns. Jake,
So,
are you taking the over or under?
Man, it's hard. I'm gonna go with the under. Actually, I think he's gonna get lower amount of touchdowns. I think the yards is close to that, but I don't think he gets. What'd you say? These 8 touchdowns, I believe.
7. I went 7.
I think he gets under that.
Okay. Now, is there a particular reason for that? Is it just so many?
I think a lot of it has to do with Nalo. I know they had that relationship. I do think that he's gonna be his number 2. But you know how Bryce has been, like, he's still going to spread that ball around. I mean, he's still going to be targeting wide receivers left and right. It don't matter who it is.
Oh, yeah. Hey, man, let me give an intro to my brother. He's a fan of the NC State Wolfpack, so he'll never see an ACC championship.
Hey!
We got to pray for him. Just pray for
What
him.
an intro.
Shout out to my man, Cole. Cole, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the free-for-all, bro.
What's going on, boys? How the hell are you? As you were saying that, Cody, I couldn't help but look at Panther Pickle's background and then bring back some very dark memories for me. So yeah, fuck State for
that. Hey man, so listen, I'm putting forth a player, and I'm letting everyone tell me So, for example, I went to D's and asked him what the stat line for Adam Thielen would be in 2025. He said 7 touchdowns and 850 yards receiving for Adam Thielen. Cole, would you take the over or the under for those numbers on Adam Thielen in 2025?
I think my brother D's hit it right on the head. That's going to be a very tough one. I'm going to say under, but very, very under. As in, I'm thinking D's is right there on it. And you said it right as I popped in. I didn't hear everything you said, but it's going to be really hard to determine. No, it was Jake that said this. I'm sorry. Who Bryce is going to give the ball to. So Adam's numbers may be down. Coker's numbers may be down. People's numbers may be down, but collectively as a unit, the numbers are up and you have a better record. And fans need to understand that it's still a key to winning football if players don't have as many stats.
And that's a good thing. That means everybody gets
a
a piece
great
of
thing.
pie.
Yes. So guessing stats on these wide receiver Cody is crazy. Good luck.
Yeah.
Because he's going to spread it.
So I know Pickle thinks I'm going to him, but I'm a cut in line, Pickle. I'm going first. I think I'm going to have
Shut
to
the
take.
hell up.
Ah, damn it, Pickle. I think I'm going to have to take the under, dudes. And the reason why I think so is just very simple. I think that when you have young players like Nalo, T-Mac, however you want to call him, I'm having to train myself to not say Ted McMillan. Because I know that him and his mama don't like that, and I don't want to upset Mama McMillan. You know what I'm saying? So, but I do think it'll be a lower number because I do think that there are more mouths to feed in these scenarios. But I do think he probably will have somewhere around 7 touchdowns because I think in the red zone he's just Mr. Dependable. And Bryce and him already have that connection. However, I do think that the receiving yards will be a little bit lower.
I'm gonna cut you off right there, Cody. You know who else is dependable down at the red zone? Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah, baby. We need that Tiger energy.
You know who else is, Cody, that you don't know about it yet?
Who's that?
Evans, our tight end from Notre Dame.
Yes, sir, man. A lot
we
of
got
people
some red
like
zone
him.
targets, and Xavier's
a lot of people like him. All right, Pickle, I guess it can be your turn. What do you have, the over or under?
It's
for
about flip time.
Adam Thielen?
You know, I love all the hype, but people had hype on XL last year and it never worked. I had hype on Sanders, the tight end, last year. It didn't really for 2. I'm going to say the over because, like it or not, Adam, for at least the first several weeks, he might still be the favorite target while everybody else figures out what they're doing.
That's true, Pickle, but we got top 10 hype at receiver now. We never had that.
Well,
and
hype is great, but hype don't win you football.
It don't. But the players you named was a back end first rounder and second, third rounder. This is a top 10 wide receiver, so he's going to have hype.
Boys, do y'all have hype?
I hope I'm wrong. I hope by week 5 he doesn't have 1,000 yards receiving.
Hey, speaking of hype, do y'all feel like the media is like trying to hype up the Panthers?
Yes.
Like I feel like
I've never said that either.
Yeah, Mina Kimes, some of the boys on Pat McAfee, I know have been talking us up. It feels like the general sentiment around the Panthers is changing. And part of me doesn't know how I feel about that because I feel like we're best served whenever we're the real underdogs. But I don't know. I feel like the media has really been hyping up the Panthers. Do y'all agree with that?
Yes. It could be both, though, Cody. I think you can still play the underdog card simply because we had the worst defense in NFL history last year. But we are getting a lot more hype than usual. I've seen our name in headlines and videos more than I have in any offseason, probably at least the last decade. So something's going on. Feels like the script's in, man. We're going to the playoffs.
Pickle, did you say over or under for these projections for Thielen?
Over.
Over.
Okay.
Let's go, Pickle. Like Adam Thielen is our Jerry Rice with the Raiders.
Yeah, man.
Let's go.
You said a good mark with that line, though.
Y'all have to disrespect that. Let me tell you what. He might be the oldest wide receiver in the NFL, but he's still better than any wide receiver on the Carolina Panthers.
He's great.
So
and I think he gets the ball thrown to him every time.
Because if anybody else on the Panthers roster wants to take his job, he ain't hiding. He said, come bring him.
Cody, if he's healthy, Adam can have the most touchdowns on the team. He was showing that kind of rate.
Damn. But is that a good thing or a bad thing if the oldest receiver in the NFL is outperforming 2 first-round picks? Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing?
It depends on what the number is. He can just go
yeah,
crazy
exactly.
with it.
And it also depends on what kind of people our receivers are facing. Like for example, T-Mac. I'm not overly upset. I won't be overly upset about T-Mac. He's a rookie. I know he's a top 10 rookie, but to me, he's still a rookie. Yes. And depending on the situation with XL, I'm not going to over criticize him as a lot of folks are. I'm just going to wait and see what happens. Whether it's bad depends on the rest of them. Now, it's also something to say though, if Adam's outperforming everybody, it's not just those top 2. I need to know where Coker is and where Hunter is and where's all these other receivers that we hyped up at. It's not just the top 2.
In my mind, Pickle, I was thinking like a touchdown or 2 more, nothing crazy.
Well, maybe
that's not a big deal.
You weren't wrong with the connection between Bryce Young and Adam Thielen, though. I think they have the best connection in that wide receiver room currently, right now, for sure.
Didn't nobody believe he was going to catch 100 balls and 1,000 yards in 23? Nobody believed that. And he still led the team last year, missing 7 games. And what I've heard is that XL is like this tireless worker. He always is working out or working on his game. And Adam Thielen has really been able to help him, show him ways to stay healthy, different types of stretches to do, all these types of things that's kept Adam in the league so long. So I think that's where the real value is with Adam Thielen. It's mentoring these 2 first-round picks that you're talking about, Cody. And, Adam finds ways to get open even when he's covered. And I think that just poses problems for defenses in the NFC South because you're going to leave somebody open. You can't focus on one of those guys.
Right. And I think the key with XL is Xavier, I think, has taken it in stride. And I think he's taken, last year was fa la la. And this year's like, oh shit, time to be serious now. And this is what it is. It's let's get serious, Let's set the sights on the gun. Let's clean the gun. Let's get the better ammunition out. And let's stop going after the squirrels. We're going after a bear. We're going after a boar. We're going after the big shit. And I think that's the mindset that XL has to have. Stop.
Yeah, Adam's going to show those guys how to be pros, how to be true NFL wide receivers. I think it's a good thing, a real good thing that he's here.
Yeah.
I do too, man. I love that veteran presence. I think when you have a locker room with so many young guys, it's great to have that guy that's been there before, that knows what to do, and he's had an incredible career in his own right. So having him on this team, I think is a definite asset to have. Let me welcome in my boy, Wes Justin, back on the Free For All. What's up, Justin?
What up, fellas? Or what's up, baby?
Chilling, brother.
What's up,
baby?
How y'all doing?
So, Justin, what we're doing is I'm letting so I'm going to one of the people on the Free For All, and I'm letting them set a number for a certain player. So Diesel Skills had a projection of 850 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns for Adam Thielen in 2025. Would you take the over or the under on that stat line for Adam Thielen this year?
Man, that's a good one. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's a damn.
He's
good
right
one.
there at it. Y'all,
yeah, man.
You set a crazy benchmark. That's like right where it's gonna be, bro.
Yeah, that's a good.
It's
picked a
either
good
going to be
number.
right around there or lower because of step up from the other receivers. I really feel like it's going to be like everybody's talking about. We're going to have 1,000-yarder. Dude, I think the ball's going to be spread around so much that there's not going to be enough for 1,000 yards for any of them. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like the ball's just going to be spread to everybody. To be real, but I mean, he might mess around and be the leader of that group, but I think he might take a step back. He's going to be old reliable for us again, but I think he might take a step back in yardage because everybody else is going to step up.
Yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking too. I said the under because Cole said he might put those numbers to shame. He might have way more, and I said, well, okay.
I'd like to see him go out with 1,000. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I would too. But my question is, what does that say about your 2 first-round picks?
Yeah.
If Adam Thielen does end up outperforming them. Let me welcome in Nick from Tri-State back on the Free For All. Nick, what's up, dude?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Happy to have you, brother. How you doing this Friday?
I'm all good. My daughter just graduated daycare, so I'm in a jolly mood.
Hey, congratulations, brother.
First happy dad moment like that, you know?
Yes, sir.
It's a lovely feeling.
It's a big
Congratulations.
Thanks,
on behalf of the C3 Legion, brother. That's
appreciate that. Appreciate y'all having me on so we could talk some Panther football.
Yes, sir, man.
So I came in. You said 850 for Thielen, huh? I think that's about right. I think that's about right. You know, I know people want to say, "Oh, can he go for 1,000?" But my thing is this: if he goes for 1,000, then that means guys like Tet and XL and Coker aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. That's the way I look at it.
Exactly. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Nick, what if I'm telling you they're all getting like 900 and 800 yards?
Yeah,
hey man, I'll take it, bro.
Boy,
I'll take it.
That means
I wasn't thinking about the other receivers.
That is a pro.
300 yards.
Let me tell you, if that is
like
true,
800, 900, 1,000. That's
what an incredible season it would be for our offense.
No kidding.
But that would also mean what a prolific season for Bryce Young. If that ends up being the case.
Has there ever been a team in NFL history to have 4 receivers with 800 yards in a season? Has that ever happened?
Honestly, I don't think
that. I don't know.
I don't think so. It was always like a receiver with over 1,000 and everybody else.
I bet you people got close as hell, though.
Yeah. All right, man. So, look, let's keep it rolling. We have a bunch of players to go through. I'm going to go to my man, Jake. And, brother, I'm going to throw you a curveball, bro.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to throw you a curveball.
Make him think too hard now.
I want you to tell me. Tell me the amount of touchdowns and the amount of rushing yards that Rico Dowdle has on the Carolina Panthers.
He thought it was going to be his boy Cuba.
Nah, I knew this was coming. All right, I'm going to go. Let's see. 800 yards rushing.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
6 tutties.
I'll take that. That'll be that's an astonishing season for us RB2.
That really is.
We got it in us. We got the O-line for it for sure.
We definitely got the O-line for it, and they're nasty enough.
All right, so look, let me bounce it around. So Jake said 800 rushing yards, 6 touchdowns. Pickle. You're taking the over or the under on those numbers.
Repeat the numbers.
800 rushing yards, 6 touchdowns.
Oh, over. Chuba's going to crack.
Over, okay.
Rico.
Yeah, that's Uncle Rico.
This is Rico. This ain't Chuba.
Dog, if he goes over, then we're rushing
Rico.
off out of the ball, and I ain't got no problem with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that means no one's going to be able to stop the run.
Wait a minute. If we're rushing that much, then the receiving can't be that high.
Yeah,
you're just playing. We're just playing hypothetical.
That's why we're doing this. Hold on, boys. Listen. That's why we're doing this.
You got to talk out both sides.
Our run game can open the pass game too.
Chuba. Dave Canales don't often do that share running issues, and no, he's going to be under because let's be real, Chuba is going to be the starter, and I'm sorry, Dave Canales loves loves to pass the ball.
He tried that double Russian attack last year, though, bro, and our second running back didn't exactly do shit. So I feel like
I agree to that.
And he might go for it again this year now that he has a good running stable.
Yeah, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
You're a Panther fan, Pickle. You are not allowed to say that.
Yeah, I think that running game is going to open, and that's what's going to be what opens the passing game. Truthfully, that running game is what's going to be allowing our wide receivers to actually get open. And
so, Justin, are you picking the over or the under on those numbers?
Dude, I hope over. That would be fucking phenomenal. I'm gonna go right with him though. I'm gonna agree with Jake. He's probably right dead on because once Canales is like, hey, we got a running back number 2 that can carry the rock too, so let's run it. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Yes,
and that running game is really going to open the passing game this year.
Love that. Nick, what say you, bro? You're taking the over or under on 800 rushing yards.
I'm gonna go under on the rushing yards, but the reason why I'm gonna go under on the rushing yards because I think Chuba's gonna have a great season, but I also think Rico is gonna be a force in the passing game. I think he's gonna have more. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna make a take. I'm gonna say Rico's gonna have more receiving yards than Chuba Hubbard this year.
Nick, can he get 1,000 total yards?
I think he can get I think 1,000 total is very, very, very possible.
Didn't we draft that one?
I think he can go over 700 on the ground and another 3 in the air. I think it's very possible.
See, I feel like when it comes to the passing game and running backs, I feel like we're going to be using our draftee, our new guy for all that.
ETN?
I was about to say, Cody, that's why I'm saying under, because I'm giving 200 yards at least to ETN. So that would be
they're going to be wearing him out, though, with special teams, though.
Yeah, but only 200 yards rushing on the year. He can do that shit.
I mean, not if they got Jimmy Horn.
Jimmy Horn, yeah, that's true. They're going to,
Jimmy Horn's got to have his touches, too. They might just use Jimmy.
No, they're both going to be on a kickoff. It's going to be interesting who they really put out there as a punt returner. That's who I'm going to be interested in.
I think it's going to be Jimmy.
Yep.
Me too. It needs to be.
Put both of them out there.
Yeah, I'd rather have Jimmy. I love both of them need to be out there for kick return.
Hell yeah.
Both of them. One on each side.
Yeah, we're gonna
Jimmy Horn is really fearless about
you
that
have
shit.
two for the
Trevor
punt
Etienne
return
and Jimmy Horn.
for the punt as well. I thought it was just the kickoff. There, you have 2 back.
Yeah, no, I'm saying for the kickoff team, you have 2 of them back there.
yeah.
I would have Etienne and Jimmy back there
absolutely.
for kickoff.
Cody, that's a hell of a question.
Jimmy and Trevor are ready to ball.
Yeah, who's gonna have the bigger impact, Jimmy or Trevor?
No,
that's a great question.
I'm ready for the breakaway plays, man.
I ain't thought about that right now.
But if we're being honest, both of them have a lot of competition in front of them.
Yeah, that's true.
So, that's
what
why
makes
it's
it
a good question.
That's what
Yeah,
makes it a good
100%.
See, I love to say Jimmy, but I think Trevor's going to make such a huge impact on kick return and shit that you're not going to be able to overlook him.
But hey, let me go back to Rico Dowdle. Digital skills. Are you taking the over or under on Jake's number?
Well, since it's June, I mean, I want to say, double trouble again. We're going to go 1,000. We've talked about it on several shows and take the over. But, realistically, Miles Sanders last year had 55 carries for 200 yards. He did have a lot of injuries last year. Dowdle ran really well for the Cowboys. I'm going to go slightly under what Jake's projection is. Let's say 600 yards, 6 touchdowns for Dowdle this year.
Okay.
So still solid. Good backup numbers. And I think, receiving yards, I don't know if he'll get 500, but I think he can get 300. I think he can come close to that 1,000-yard mark.
It's all going to come down to Dave Canales' play calling. Simple as that. It's going to come down to his play calling and what he does.
Well, I think our defense, too, we didn't mention that. It also depends what our defense does, right? I think we threw the ball so much last year because we gave up 400 yards a game on defense. You kind of got to throw if you want to stay in it, So if that's not the case this year, if we're playing solid defense, we're getting stops, we're getting the offense back on the field, I think we will run the ball more. And I think if that's the case and our defense is above top 20, yeah, man, we might have 2,000-yard rushers. Those guys could do it. Chuba did almost 1,200 with only 250 carries. And Dowdle was around the same. Chuba sat the last 2, right?
Yeah, that's what. How much more could he have with those?
And remember, man, I continue to go back to that season with Chuba and Deonta Foreman, and how they were both 1,000-yard rushers, man. Like, if you give these dudes the line, they're gonna go off, man.
That's what we're built for.
So listen, that part of the reason why I like these questions is because you have to remember, man, like, are we going to be more of a rushing team? Are we going to be more of a passing team? Maybe you think we have 2 1,000-yard rushers, but maybe there's only 1,000-yard receiver. Or maybe you think there's 2,000-yard receivers, but only 1,000-yard rusher. You know, it's interesting to sort of play this in your head. Yeah, I'm going to say over. I'm going to say over. I believe that Rico and Chuba are both going to go over 1,000. And for the touchdowns, how about this? I'm going to go over by 1, Jake. I'm going to say seven touchdowns for Rico Dowdle in 2025.
Could happen.
Yes, sir.
Earlier we asked a question: has there ever been a team with over 3 players with 1,000 yards receiving? That's happened 5 times. In 1980 with the San Diego Chargers. In 1989 with the Washington Redskins. In 1995 with the Atlanta Falcons.
So it's been some years.
In 2004 with Indianapolis Colts. And
I knew Peyton Manning was going to be on that.
In 2008 with the Arizona Cardinals.
Some of those offenses, Pickle, that does click in my head. I'm like, yeah, I can see them doing that.
Right. Because you got to think in 08, you had Larry Fitzgerald, Antoine
Nasty
Bolden,
wide receiver, man.
You know, the Colts had Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, and Brandon Stokely. They're tight end.
Crazy.
So
the Washington team, and then an earlier team you named. I think it was San Diego. Good God, they used to throw the ball like hell.
Yeah, I mean they had Kevin Winslow, Charlie Joyner, and John Jefferson. So
I don't think we're going to throw that much, though. Honestly,
we don't need to. We're not built to.
Yeah.
I think once we establish the run, hell yeah, you're going to see that rock getting flung to everybody. But I think Dave Canales made it loud and clear when he first came to the team. He's like he would like to establish a running identity, and then basically he said he wants to establish the team's identity, but he made it clear he wants to run the ball to open up the pass game.
But he
I think he wants to sling that son of a gun.
I guess that's what he wants.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, it would be by far better if we could do that on a regular basis, because as soon as that safety drops in the box to stop that run, it should be a Bryce Young touchdown. That's exactly what it should be.
I think that's what he's setting it up to be, man. He's setting these receivers up to get open by having this
defense.
Well, never mind. I don't want to change Cody's plan. He's doing, but I was going to bring something up, but I'll wait.
Not you.
Pickle always trying to change the subject. Always trying to mess up my flow.
It'd be like that. You're a fanatic.
Yeah, man, you're right. Let me see. Let me go to my man. You know what? Hold on. Let me introduce somebody from the Black Cat Panther Podcast.
Oh, shit.
We got Poppin' back on the free for all. What's up, bro?
What's up, Pop?
What's going on? How everybody doing?
How are you, sir?
Doing good.
We're doing good.
Man, not too bad. Not too bad.
So, Poppin', what we're doing is I'm letting someone pick a number for the yards. So it could either be rushing yards, receiving yards, passing yards, and the number of touchdowns for an offensive player on the team. And then I'm letting everyone else say over or under that number for 2025.
Ooh.
So, yeah. So Jake said that Rico Dowdle will have 800 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns. Are you taking the over or the under on that projection?
What?
I know it's a tough one, man. It's a tough one.
This shit'll make you think, boy.
Yeah, you ain't thought about Dowdle. That's tough.
Because I done said some wild shit, guys. I done said some
Come on,
bro. We all?
I done said Rico Dowdle gonna look better.
Oh, man.
Here's your chance, man.
I mean,
I hope so.
Say over.
I really do. I hope so.
You gonna stand on that? Then yeah, that would be your yes.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah, I hope so, because I tell you, it would be. You know what? Everybody loves competition. And if Chuba can't handle the competition,
you gotta have it.
I think you gotta have competition. Better. Personally.
Yeah, people are not gonna like that I said that, but when I'm telling y'all, man, Rico has better vision and has better hands. That's a dream to all quarterbacks and offensive line. Yeah, like he gets through that hole. He's probably a little bit faster than Chuba too.
I agree with Justin though. I think it's gonna make Chuba even better. I mean, that dude's been balanced since he's gotten drafted for real.
He really had no solid backup to push him either.
As much as I am a Chuba fan, like people don't realize his rookie year, bro. I was talking mad shit about Chuba. He could catch a cold on a blizzard. In a blizzard, he couldn't catch a cold. But hey,
completely different now, though.
Oh yeah, he's different.
Bro, he couldn't catch COVID in the emergency room, bro.
Damn.
Cody, how many years is Chuba's contract right now?
What they give him a 4?
Yeah,
was it 3 or 4? Yeah, it's a 4 year.
Yeah, he got 4.
I'm a super fan of Chuba Hubbard. I mean, he's probably my favorite player on the team, to be honest. But I mean,
Chuba's your favorite player? Wow.
On this team right now, yeah, man, because like
that's breaking news.
But dude, he's been through the look how many different coaches.
I mean, who else you gonna?
Hold on, Pickle. Look how many different coaches
Derek Brown
that he's been through, and look, he's done nothing but get better
each
and every single year.
I mean, I thought you go say
but he's a close number 2. You know what I'm saying?
Chuba had a lot more runs over 20 yards last year than Rico did. That was one thing that Rico struggled with, breaking those ones over 20. Pop, are you just like the vision going through the line, like falling forward, getting those 5-yard gains, 7-yard gains, stuff like that? Is that what you're feeling for Rico this year?
Yeah, I can't say our line was better than the Cowboys per se, but the way we had that zone run offense, I think he's just going to be able to just break some big ones. I think he has a little more wiggle too. Like I think he's a little more elusive. But they're pretty much almost the same freaking back. That's why when remember we were talking about 2 weeks ago, I think, when we was comparing, smash and dash, and I said we haven't seen that in forever. And if you have a scat back and a real power back, you got a totally different scheme. But we actually got the same type of back. Just one has long hair and the other one doesn't.
Okay.
And one has a little bit better hands.
Yeah.
Better vision.
Decisive cut, what I'd say. They're very, very similar there. They see where they're going, they make their cut, and they go. If they hit somebody, they're going to play. It's just simple.
Hey, who hasn't made their prediction on Jake's number for Rico? Anybody? Anybody has not picked the over-under? Because if so, we're going to move on.
I was lower. I didn't know if I said it out loud because I was giving rushing yards to ETN.
Yeah. All right, Poppin', I'm going to go to you, bro. I am going to you. What is your stat line for Tetaroa McMillan in 2025?
Okay. I believe he's going to hit 900 yards. Probably a little bit higher, but I'm gonna stay right there around 900 yards, and he's gonna fall short of double-digit touchdowns. He's gonna get 9 touchdowns.
Yo, 9-9. That's not bad at all, bro.
For a rookie season, bro. I really am.
That's really
not
good.
Bad at all.
I'll sign up for that.
That'll be hard to take the over, but let's see who does it. Jake, I'll let you go first.
I'm going to keep the touchdowns. I'm going to go right the same touchdowns, 9, right? He said 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, 9 touchdowns, but I'm going to go over on yards. I think he gets 1,010 yards, which is, 2 more yards than what Kelvin Benjamin had his rookie year?
Yeah, break that record, baby.
That's what I'm going for.
All right.
What was your number, Jake, in touchdowns?
You're messy, Jake. You're messy, Jake. I'm just
nine touchdowns and 1,010 yards, which is 2 more yards than what Kelvin Benjamin had his rookie season.
Yeah, I was gonna say something crazier than that, but it'd be all right.
We need him to break that record. We need him to. If he did that, that'd be a great day for Panthers fans if he breaks that record. we can forget about that guy and we can move forward.
He's going to. I'm telling you right now, he's going to.
I was calling him the Predator and everything. I was crazy for Kelvin.
You can't let Kelvin Benjamin scare you off of fucking top 10 expectations of wide receivers. That's for all Panther fans.
Justin, yeah, go ahead, go.
10 touchdowns, 1,000 yards.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
That's what I'm talking about.
10 touchdowns, 1,000 yards, 10 and 10. I like that. I like that, man. I mean, let's be real. We have seen so many first-round wide receivers come into the NFL and then instantly start burning shit up. Why is it wrong for us?
It's our time
from a minute.
It's our time.
Why not us? Why not us? Panther Pickle, what say you? Over or under on 900 receiving and 9 touchdowns?
See, it's hard for me to comprehend that because the Panthers have never drafted a receiver this high. Period. And I don't know what to do about it. So I'm going to say over. Why the hell not?
Come on with it, Pickle. Come on up here with it.
Let's go, Pickle. I like it.
You're going to have 1,100 yards and
Good
15
God, man.
touchdowns.
Took it out of my mouth.
Yeah,
if that man has 15 touchdowns, I'm getting every jersey he has in every color.
I was gonna say like 12, but I'm all right with that.
And then he goes outside at the end of the year and he goes, Justin Jefferson, you ain't got nothing on me, boy.
If he gets 15 touchdowns, we're going to the NFC title game.
I'm getting his jersey the next day.
They'll rate this jersey price to about $1,000.
I swear to God, I need to go ahead and order one right now.
They'd run out. You probably couldn't find one.
You'd have to make your own on the customized shit.
Diesel Skills, what's that, you brother?
I don't know. Pop's numbers are really good. I like that. What he said? He said 9 and 9, right? 9 yards.
9 and 9 is beautiful.
That's solid, man. First of all, I agree with him. I think that's a damn good projection. If you got a guess at it, I think 9 and 9 is the way to go. But I'm gonna say this: Panthers fans need the over on this one. Panthers fans need it. We drafted him in the top 8. We traded up to get Bryce Young. We need this shit to work out. We brought in Dave Canales. We've got Brad Idzik as our offensive coordinator, another wide receivers coach. Dave Canales was a long-time wide receivers coach. What was it? Rob Moore's got 20 years of NFL experience. He's coaching the wide receivers. I mean, man, we need it. And if we ain't set up to do it, then we may never do it because we got the number 1 overall pick in Bryce Young, the best wide receiver, pure wide receiver in this draft, and taking it number 8 overall. We need the over. Let's just go. Drake London, you got to remember, Drake London for the Falcons did like 950 his rookie season. I think it was 954. Don't quote me on that, but it was something close. Yeah. I think we can beat that.
He's better than Drake. Let's go.
Yeah, we're better than Drake. We are better than him. Let's go. Let's go 1056. But I like the 9 touchdown one.
I have literally never liked anyone named Drake in my entire life.
Okay, Kendrick, sit your ass down.
In my entire life.
Hey, Cody.
In my entire fucking life, bro.
We're not going to do that right now.
You want to take the over under on this one?
So, Pop, what I'm going to do.
He's getting a shower for you.
No.
Listen. Enjoy the peace while it lasts.
Yeah, y'all go ahead and stay tuned for that shit.
Cody. The over or under on this one is G Baby getting bathed under the sink or over the sink?
I'm gonna say under. I'm gonna take the under on that one. Yeah. You're probably right. But I'm gonna stick to my original number. I don't mean to be the party pooper. But originally I said 7 and 7. I said 700
and that's not terrible
yards.
That's not
terrible. And
I wouldn't cry. I won't cry.
To me that's respectable. You know, for his rookie season, he hasn't built up that trust yet. It'll just depend on how fast him and Bryce are on the same page with one another. I do like the fact that he was saying my job is to make the quarterback correct.
Oh, I love that quote.
I love it, man.
I don't think seven. You said 700 yards, 7 touchdowns.
Yep.
Yeah,
7 and 7.
See, that's not bad. There's people out there right now. It's like the sky's falling with them numbers. I'm telling you.
I know.
People panicking right
That's
now.
my numbers for Thielen.
You like 7 and 7 for Thielen?
And that's okay if Thielen gets
that's okay too.
My number for. I think. I mean, I don't know if y'all did Thielen already, but
yeah, we did. That the first.
Yeah, Digital Skills numbers were 850 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns.
Okay, I'll go with these. Yeah, I'll go with these.
Okay.
But he was right there on it with that shit. D's, you must have cheated and said, "What
up, Swan?"
I looked at last year and the year before, and went in the middle between last year and the year before, and I knew it was going to be tough to guess because you don't know if he's going to be healthy all season.
Which is set us up, D's.
Yeah, that's what really makes it hard because you don't know. Health is a factor, right? For all these guys, we're going to guess because Renfro may get more snaps if Thielen's out, or Jimmy Horn maybe gets more snaps if Coker's out. You just don't know how this thing's going to play out this year. Or maybe Coker gets a bunch of snaps because Legette's out. So, I mean, it could really shift the performance of these guys this year. But we really need Nilo to be that aircraft carrier in this armada for the Carolina Panthers that Bryce Young is going to be the admiral for. So that's what we need to happen. We need him to be that guy catching those balls one-handed, like all those clips that he did in college. And you know, when you look back, there's not a lot of guys that compare to him with that type of production in college. And I've talked about it before. I'm not going to dig into it now, Cody. I'm going to let you move on. But it's elite area that he's in with what he did in college. So there's the expectation is high for him coming in. You know, he's already got that Jordan Brand contract as well. I mean, there's already hype around him. And we're talking about the NFL and the media hyping us up. Man, we just got to live up to it, man. These guys got to go out there and prove it.
I agree.
I see what you did there, D's. You just gave us, without not even knowing, you just told us the wide receiving core going into the season.
Go on that, Pop.
Well, he said Coker. He said Renfro. He said Legette. He said Thielen. And he said
Yeah. I think Red Swarm's in the chat mad because I said I've never liked anybody named Drake in my whole life, and I stand by that shit.
Hey.
I stand by that shit.
Kendrick.
Nobody cares about Kendrick.
You won't listen to the mixtapes in 2000s, Cody.
But why y'all mad at the fucking greatest rapper our generation has?
Wait a minute.
Like,
wait a minute.
Fucking tripping, bro.
Might be your generation.
Man.
That ain't my generation.
You know damn. Yo, let's not talk about him.
No, we're not doing that. We're doing this way later.
Oh, no, we better fight. We better fight over
You about to drop the bomb on yourself about some music.
All right, man. So listen, I'm gonna throw out a name. How about this one? I'm gonna put down my stat line for one, Jalen Coker.
This gonna be interesting.
Bro, I'm saying Jalen is going for 600 yards. Oh, I'm going to say 4 touchdowns.
Oh, my God.
Come on, bro. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why I'm wrong. Remember, we have a lot of mouths to feed, boys. A lot of them. A lot of mouths to feed.
I'll go first.
We're going to pop and then D's.
Those numbers sound perfect, but I'm gonna say under.
Oh, okay.
Just because he's not the main, like he's not part of the main 3 of the theme.
Too many mouths to feed.
And he already had, I think, last year as far as yards, he had 357. So that's almost doubling it. So I'm going to say 500 and 5 touchdowns.
500 yards, 5. Okay. So, that's still respectable. If Jalen Coker is able to pull that off, like for someone who's probably wide receiver number 3 or 4, like that's not bad numbers for Coker, like at all. Let me go to, let me welcome in my friend from the 704 Charlotte Bound Show, Twan Don back on the free for all. What's up, Twan?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing? Happy Friday, man.
Happy Friday,
man.
man.
How about you, brother?
I'm good, man.
We're predicting our over-unders for Panthers stat lines this year. We're having one person put out numbers, and then you're taking the over and under.
Did you hear what I said about Chuba? My bad.
Nah, I just joined.
Okay, never mind. Don't worry about it.
We can revisit them. We can revisit them in a little while. But Twan, if I told you Jalen Coker was going to have 600 receiving yards, and what I said, I said 4 touchdowns. 600 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns. Are you taking the over or the under on that projection for Coker in 25?
The under on the yards, but I can see him getting 4 touchdowns. It's too many weapons on the team, so it's a total guess for me to do this, but I got to go with the odds. The odds says because there's so many receivers in front of him, or who's probably going to make more plays than him, and he's got to stay healthy. I can see him getting 4 touchdowns. The yards, no, under.
Okay.
I mean, 4 touchdowns out of 18 games now.
Yeah, but there's a lot of mouths to feed, though, man.
Games. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know about the yards.
Okay. Respect. Let me go.
Leggett got 4 last year, right?
Bro, I'm so bad remembering numbers and shit. Y'all know how many?
Yeah, he had 4. That's correct. He had 4 touchdowns.
By the way, look at Swarm in the chat.
7 yards. Yep.
Look at Swarm in the chat trying to be controversial. He said, I believe Coker will see the field more than Leggett. Leggett will be a bust and another wide receiver miss as a draft pick.
Hey, you know
what? Sound like
a Falcon fan.
Sound like C-Dog and G Baby, don't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Sounds like Kyle Pitts, even though he's not a receiver.
I got something else for you to write down.
But you know what, though? You know what? Xavier Leggett still had a better year at wide receiver than the Falcons tight ends had at tight end.
The Falcons get swept in this coming season by
He said that man Kyle Pitts is a bust. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me take them numbers. Let me go to Jake the Snake. Jake the Snake. Are you gonna say what the fuck was that?
I don't know. I agree with the 500 yards, 5 touchdowns. I agree with that one.
I had to.
500 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I figured that was Justin. You said 5 and 5.
Yep.
All right, Cole. What say you, bro?
Coker goes backwards 400, 4 tutties.
4-4. These little skills. This is a tough one, man.
Guy could go a lot of ways, right? Like maybe XL struggles, like a lot of people in the chat are saying. Maybe that happens, and then Coker gets more snaps, and then it's going to be over. Or possibly XL gets injured, and Coker gets more snaps, and it's over. Or maybe Renfro's a bigger part of this offense than what we perceive him to be, and then he don't get as many snaps, and it's under. So I'm looking at last year, man. I mean, Coker did good with the limited snaps. He almost caught XL in yardage, but he only got 2 touchdowns last year. So I'm not going to say he's going to get 4 this year and double up because there's more in the wide receiver room. We drafted 2 and then added 1 in free agency. So for me, I'm going under on Coker, unfortunately. But let me make you feel better, Cody. I'm going under because I believe Renfro is going to be a bigger part of this offense and going to take some of those targets away from him. So I think we see a little bit less of Coker this year. You said 6. I'll go about the same as last year. I'll go 450 and 2.
These you never fail to get me excited about some Panther football. Let's go Hunter Renfrow, baby. I was going to throw him out earlier, but I'm trying to really switch up who I'm picking here. Let me go to Justin. Justin, what do you think about those numbers? 600 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns for Jalen Coker.
I think 5 and 5, honestly.
Okay.
like I said, I think it's going to be spread around so much. Plus, like you just said, I think Renfro is going to come in and ball out just because nobody's talking about him. He's going to pull a cam and be like, "Oh yeah, watch this."
Love it. Love it.
I like Renfro, man. I think he's going to come in and ball.
I was giving some of the receiving yards to Renfro as well. That's why I shorted Coker.
Popping, I'm into you. Have I gone to you yet? If I haven't, I'm ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm the one that said.
Yeah, he's the original 5-5. Yeah, he's.
Oh yeah, that's right.
3-5-5,
bro.
Not the Wendy's 4-4. It's that 5-5.
I gave him the 4-for-4, Jake. Damn, my fault.
Red, if you want to put money on that, let me know.
Oh, talking about bits.
If our receivers, no, I'm not even gonna say it because it'll happen. I'm sorry, Pop.
The injuries, don't wish no injuries, please.
I wasn't even gonna say a person.
Let me grab my man Twan Don. Twan Don, let me ask you about Jatavion Sanders.
I'm gonna interrupt.
That's interesting.
Well, damn, pickle. All right.
Well, I think Coker's going to have under the yards. Now you go.
Tell me why.
I think there was too many mouths to feed, and I know it was only OTAs and minicamp, but Coker wasn't healthy then. So far, Coker has to be healthy before he can get any receiving yards.
That does need to be taken more serious.
Hunter, yeah, and Hunter Renfro's been healthy. He looks the part right now, but it's easy to run out there in shorts and a helmet.
Yeah.
So by the time physical contact, we'll see how good his body holds up when he starts getting physically contacted. And other than that, I think XL is going to have a better year than people think, but I don't think he's going to be the number one receiver. I actually think Sanders is going to be a more receiving guy than people want to think he's going to be. I think he's going to be the guy that gets open a lot when everybody's covering wide receivers.
Hey, Wesley Walls had high praise for JT Sanders as well.
Yes, he did. And by the way, if y'all haven't seen it, check out this past Tuesday's episode where me, Tony, and CK interviewed Panthers Hall of Honor legend Wesley Walls. He was very gracious to give us his time and hang out on the show. So check that out. It was a fantastic interview.
Good job. That was a good interview.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Twan Don, what do you think about Jatavion Sanders in 2025? Give me your receiving yards and touchdown total.
I like Jatavion Sanders, man, but I'm not big on him like other people are. Man, I'm old school, bro. I don't always have the perfect, answers, but I'm old school and that keeps me safe. Jatavion, I think he had maybe like 360 something yards last year. He only had one touchdown. Not all his fault because Canales don't like to use the tight end for some reason too. But if we're gonna be successful this year, he better learn how to. But Jatavion Sanders just don't pop off the screen for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I see the tight end we just got doing more if given the opportunity.
Valid. Wow, really? Mitchell Evans.
Yeah.
Twan, that's valid. I can't even get mad at you for that.
I don't know what it is with him yet. It's gonna be who wants it more, and I'm always gonna go with the guy in practice that wants it more. So what I predict for Sanders, if they utilize the tight ends correctly, his upside to me is probably about the same. Like I'll give him 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. But that's even if Canales uses the tight end correctly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if he doesn't, then those numbers will probably be the same.
Okay. So tell him one more time. You said 3 and 3 or 4 and 3?
I give him 3 and 3.
Okay, so 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Let me go to Pickle. What do you think about those?
4 and 3.
Oh, 4 and 3. Okay, so what do you think about those numbers, Pickle?
Upside is up. Yeah.
I think he'll go over.
Okay.
Sanders was open a lot Last year, he started having some good receiving yards, but they wasn't putting him in as a number one. He got a little banged up. And when he came back, he actually was open a lot if you watch film. There was multiple times he was wide open, but he just wasn't throwing the ball. And you can't catch it unless they throw it to you. You just can't. And some of them was understandable because somebody else was open. But nonetheless, he was open a lot last year. And I think he's got the speed and the agility to beat a lot of the safeties and the linebackers in this league.
Yeah. And by the way, shout out to Real HH. Real HH says people forget Sanders was balling before he got hurt. When he came back, it didn't look the same. That's a great point. And I do think Pickles and Canales will favor tight ends more than we've seen from Panther offenses in recent years.
Okay, so one thing I wanted to, because I had to make sure I was right. When people in the chat, G-Baby and whoever, you know what I'm saying, this is why context matters. That we're saying he was balling out before he got hurt. So I had to double check. He had 5 plays that went over 13 yards. 5 plays. That's not balling out. I think we sit in mediocrity so much until when somebody flashes, say he flashed. Don't say he balled out. He didn't ball out.
Well, but isn't it also in perspective too that if you have a rookie player who's making some good plays, you know, I mean, he wasn't a first round tight end.
Let's go. Who agrees with me? That's you're flashing when you do that. Like, okay, I see what you're doing, but you didn't ball out. Do you know what balling out is?
Pro Bowl.
Yeah,
something like that.
Ball out. Yeah, we got to start upping our standards. That's not. It ain't. I'm not getting on Jatavian because the tight end wasn't used correctly, but he didn't ball out. Come on, y'all.
He was looking good. I mean, I would kind of screwed him.
I think he gets. I think he gets 500 yards, 6 touchdowns receiving.
506 touchdowns. All right, man. Let me welcome in my dog Anthony back on the free for all. Ant, what's up, dude?
What's up, boys?
What up, man?
Just driving right now. What's up, D's? Yeah, just thought I'd hop in, man.
Yeah, man. So Anthony, I'm going around and I'm asking people what their projection in 2025 for a certain player is, and then I'm letting everyone else pick the over or under on that projection. So right now we're on Jatavian Sanders. Tuan said 400 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns. Would you take the over or under for both of those numbers for Jatavian Sanders this year?
It seems a little low. Like I was just listening. I get where Twan's coming with this conversation. I think I'd go a little higher. I think I'd go higher on both of these numbers. By just a little bit. By just a little bit.
So what numbers would you say for Jatavian Sanders?
Say that again?
What would be your numbers if you were to make a prediction?
I'd probably say around like 450 and 4 or 5 touchdowns. Because, yeah, that's probably what I'd say.
Okay. All right. Justin, let me go to you, bro. What would you say for Jatavian Sanders?
Before Justin goes, I'm just going to say something very quickly.
Yeah.
And I'm standing by this, and I think Cole agreed. I don't of the 2 tight ends, I don't think Jatavian's going to have the more yards. I think that new tight end, he knows how to get open way better. I think he's going to have more yards. And people will say something like seniority, but look, Jatavian just got here too. I'm telling you, that battle is going to be in practice. It's you talking about a second-year guy and a one-year guy. So
yeah, in OTAs and OTAs and minicamp, Jatavian Sanders looked 10 times better.
Yeah, they're saying that he put on muscle.
He really did. He put on muscle. He gained weight. He looked the part a lot. Jatavian Sanders, and Mitchell looked okay. He still looked. He looked. According to OTAs and minicamp, he looked lost on the field right now. But it was just his first he's still a rookie, mid-round pick rookie. So I'm not disrespecting him by any means, but he's got to grow before he gets there. And, I mean, training camp and preseason, we'll know a lot more. But you know,
I seen the same reports about Jatavion Sanders, that he just came back looking like a brand new person, and that he took the advice that they gave him, that he trained there, like he really took in consideration what he needed to do, and I always said that he needed to come back stronger. I know he's an athletic tight end, and it looks like that's what he did. Like he got bigger, stronger, and hopefully faster. So I mean, if that's the case, we got a nice tight end on the way.
Great shape.
He's a plus, bro.
He's absolutely not afraid of contact, and I do like that part.
Twan, I had a world in my head where Jatavion would stand up maybe at a slot position and play kind of like a big receiver right there. Then you can do both out there on the field.
I would like that.
Double tight end sets on top of that as well.
Yeah, exactly.
We could do
I
that.
think I believe there's multiple people this year who are going to see a lot of time in the slot, and I think that it'll be very interesting because I think whoever's in that position is in a scenario to be able to eat this year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Bryce is gonna feed him the ball in the slot.
It's wide open. It's whoever's gonna get open now. I'm loving that.
Yeah, that's really what it comes down to, is who's gonna get open. Because last year you saw a lot of times there was no motherfucker.
Nobody open. That shit killed us. It made me sick as a fan.
You just had to make a throw. So this year it comes down to trust.
I don't think we're gonna have that problem this year.
I don't think so either, Twan. And I ain't even able to say that.
That motherfucking T-Mac is coming, bro.
He really is.
Oh,
we ain't playing, bro.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
I done gave him 1,010. That's what he's gonna get. He's gonna break the record.
He can do that.
Twan brought up a good point. He brought up a good point. Like before I came on, I caught the tail end of it. Something about like us, like we need to raise our expectations for some of these guys, or like I agree. Listen, I've been saying, and this is what I was arguing with. Leggett and Coker had less than 500 yards last year. All right, like I get it, to the fan base, they're cool. But that's probably not how Canales views them the same right now. I'm just saying, like some of these players, I think they have bright futures. But this was not no DJ Moore situation, all right? They didn't just come in here and make an immediate impact. So that's just my opinion, my hot take. I know that's going to get some feathers flowing or whatever you want to call it, but that's just honestly how I feel.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, that's all valid. You know, like to me, like I say every year, it's prove it season, damn it. I want people to go out there and prove it. I don't want to be wishy-washy and are they all pro player or not. I want them to be undeniable. Undeniable. That's what I want, man.
And I want players to shock me. You know what I mean? I want players that maybe that I didn't really have my eyes on just come out of nowhere and just shock me, like, holy, where did that come from?
I think the Notre Dame tight end is going to do that for you. What's his last? Was it Evans? Is his name Mitchell Evans?
Yeah, Mitchell Evans.
I always get Mitchell Evans and Michael Mayer confused.
Is there? So before we move on, yeah, go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, I think a lot of us can agree that what these players do is contingent on what these coaches do. That's what I'm saying. Canales has got to be his best self coming up this year. I know that's a lot to put on him, but you got, just like if we say that about Bryce, Canales has all the talent too. You got it all too. It's coaches out there right now that are looking at our team like, man, bro, if I could get the opportunity to go coach that team.
I think Canales did a good job actually. I don't think he was ready to be a head coach, but as far as coming in his first year and keeping people motivated, I thought he did okay.
How about the play
Hall of Famer?
You get better year by year.
What?
The coach. I want the coach.
But
I agree. I agree though. Like our roster was bad last year.
Yeah. It was.
Listen, Dan Morgan's done a phenomenal job. I brought this up the other day. Like, in this 2-year period, man, like, this roster was night and day from 2023. So I get, Twan, I got you, bro. I get it, yeah. Canales, you got to prove himself, but, bro, I think he did a lot of good things last year. Like,
he did.
The roster we had and keeping those guys competitive in December, like that's hard to do. I mean, I think he's a solid coach. Go ahead.
He had to work with some bullshit as a play caller, Anthony. I'll say it. I'm sorry.
And Twan, you know you're my dog, but you know I got to fight with you just a little.
I mean, I know Canales is your guy. I know that.
You see you kind of contradict yourself a little bit because I've heard you, you know what I'm saying, put your flag up for the younger coaches that's around, and now that you got one, he's only been here 1 year, so you.
I didn't say get rid of him. I'm just saying that he got to step up too. Like all the shit he did last year, like he got to learn from his mistakes. Don't go in front of the podium and say, "Look, I'm going to run more," and then you don't do it, and then you put the ball in Bryce's hands the whole time, you know, and don't step. If something he's got to have patience too. Just because something don't work on the first 2 rounds. You got to stick with your guns.
I agree with Twan right there on that point, exactly. How many times do we see him?
Will y'all not understand?
You get better at that, but I don't want another Matt Rule who told you the game plan every week.
Yeah, I disagree because the worst thing you could do is tell your opponent what you're going to do. You know,
yes.
When John Fox told everybody he was going to run the football, he did, but he had people on the field. John Fox didn't take rookies and develop them. Okay, he just didn't.
No, he didn't.
And now, not counting a running back, he didn't take a lot of rookies and develop them because he didn't want that. He hated receiving tight ends. Cutting Wesley Walls was a good option. He hated receiving tight ends.
I think people agree, but Pickle, you'll agree with this when I say this. So when they ask him, "What's your game plan for whatever?" I ain't telling you.
I ain't telling you. I saw somebody. I heard somebody complain the other day because when they said, "Canales, what do you want your team to do?" And he wouldn't say. I wouldn't say either. I'd say win. I'd give him
win. Exactly.
I want to win. And that's all I tell him. Why? Because to be honest, fans, it ain't no your damn business.
Nope.
Coaches, it ain't no your business.
I'd keep asking questions. Pickle, be like, "Who we playing?"
By the way, can I also wait? Let me give Dan Morgan some credit because I feel like especially this past offseason and draft, Dan was really throwing out some curveballs that was designed to get everybody thinking one way, and then we juked them and then went a completely different direction, man. So shout out Dan Morgan. Bro, he did incredible this time.
Here playing poker.
Well, it's also, I agree, but here's the thing. Here's 2 things I'll say. Yes, Canales, yes, his lying is smart, but that's why I said you can't believe what he says. That he's been lying to us about a lot of things, but he doesn't do it intentionally. 2, yes, Dan, he threw out curveballs, but if you listen closely to those press conferences, he gave you honest answers about a lot of things he was going to do. People just really didn't listen to the underneath, like what the silver lining to it was. Like he told you he was going to do this and that, and get a receiver and get a certain player here, and then he liked the value of the edge rushers. Like he's honest, he's just like good at hiding it.
Yeah.
He wasn't bullshitting about the workload.
I'm like Pickle. I ain't saying shit. I'm not entertaining you in any way. Look, you'll see when we do it. You tell me.
Hey, so before we move on, is there anyone that would like to comment on Jalen Coker? Give their over/under for his or no, not Jalen Coker, Jaire Alexander. Yeah, JT being at 400. Yeah, go ahead, Bob. Or whoever said I do, go ahead.
I thought it was Pop, but I'll go. I hadn't gone either. I thought Swan's prediction was good. I like Anthony's as well. I would love to see 450 from JT. Pickle had a good point. Man, we never since Olsen left. When did we draft a real receiving tight end? We don't. We never do. And finally, we did. You know, these other teams, they said he was the second best tight end in the draft, but he slipped to like number 4 because these other teams took these blockers ahead of him. And I'm glad the Panthers took a chance and said, yeah, let's go get a receiving tight end. And did he struggle some in the blocking game? Yeah, a little bit. But did he get better at the end of the season? He sure did. You can go back and watch some of those highlight plays that Bryce made, and JT was picking up the blitzer. and he did a great job. So, I mean, I'm kind of high on him going into this year. Think about that play that Bryce had, the scramble play where JT shoots off down the field. The guy's draped all over him, but JT mosses him and lands flat on his back catching that ball almost one-handed. That was an incredible. That was an effort. JT's down there somewhere, a throw by Bryce, and he come down with it, and he was pumped up afterwards too. I don't think we're going to see a ton of touchdowns from JT this year, but I like the 450 yards. I think that's a good projection right there. And you can say anywhere from 2 to 4 touchdowns, wherever you want to go with it, somewhere in there. And I got high hopes, man. I'm just glad that we finally took a chance on an actual wide receiving tight end, because the guy that we brought in this year is more of that hybrid guy that we've been drafting. So I'm just glad we did something different.
Love it.
Yeah, I agree with these because I didn't get to go.
Yeah, go ahead, Pop.
I'm gonna stick with these numbers. I think it's somewhere between 2 and 4, and higher numbers in yardage. But did y'all hear Canales talking about the tight ends? I don't know which tight end said this. Y'all can look it up. But the tight ends, I guess, told one of the reporters that the offense wasn't tight end friendly, and I thought that was kind of crazy. So Canales like, oh no, it's definitely tight end friendly. So that's kind of telling me, are these guys not knowing the offense by now? I mean, I figured Mitchell and Tommy Trumbull should know, and Travion Sanders, he should know. But so who was saying that it isn't?
It had to be Sanders.
If you read Paul's comment, and I like this because he's 100% true. Sanders last year, and G baby, you in there, you know how it is, man. Sanders wasn't blocking well. He was blocking okay, but he wasn't blocking superly well. Canales in Canales' offense, you have to block and catch. You really got to know how to block and catch. And Sanders wasn't great at blocking, but he improved as the season went on. Then they put him out there because they had to have him. At the same time,
you're talking about doing the run game, right?
Right.
Okay,
But with added strength on him and a year into the system and understand, we've also got to remember, y'all, we haven't had a back-to-back offensive coordinator / head coach who knew what they were doing from one year to the next in a very long time. Half of these guys are not used to actually having the same offensive coordinator in the same system back-to-back. We fans ain't. We're going to be, I think Sanders is going to have a breakout year, but that's just my opinion. Call me an idiot if you want.
I think he's going to have a good season, Pickle.
I personally think, I don't think Canales had all the pieces that he wanted for his offense last year. So those comments about
I agree to that.
The tight end, there was so much that went on with the season last year, the Deontay thing and the benching of our quarterback and stuff. It was just I think he was just kind of going with stuff on the fly. So I don't know. I don't think he necessarily kind of was able to slowly increment the tight end how they were supposed. Kind of like Leggett. Leggett wasn't supposed to be the X last year, and they just kind of got thrown in spots that they probably weren't ready for. So I think this year it's going to be a lot different, and that's why we got a lot of pieces. So that's just my opinion, though.
Yeah, Cody, I'm with the majority. I think it's going to be 500, but I want to up his touchdowns a little bit just to 5. I think he could be a red zone threat.
All right.
So who was Canales' tight end his last year at Tampa Bay? Does anybody remember?
It was Otten. Cade Otten.
Yeah, Cade Otten.
And what do his stats look like?
Not much.
I'm about to say that's a good question.
So Canales
he was only there 1 year, and they weren't his guys anyway. They were the head coaches and the GMs.
Canales
guys. They were just guys he was stuck with.
Otten had 40. Otten had literally the projections I have for JT Sanders: 455, 4 touchdowns. That year, the whole offense, what Canales wanted to do was just run go routes to Mike Evans. That was pretty much the whole offense.
Yeah,
I mean, it worked for majority of the part, but that's what I'm saying, man. I don't trust what Canales says, man. He honestly just gives you a bowl full of mysteries, honestly. So if he's saying,
I like that though.
Yeah, I like that.
The man's selling us a
I do like that. I don't want to be
I'm
told.
looking at what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, if I see you not utilizing the tight ends, then why the fuck you keep going out there drafting them if you ain't gonna use them like that? You know, I mean, when you got a good tight end game, or you implement it a little bit, it can cause so much confusion for the defense, bro. You can eat their ass alive with that shit.
I agree, Twan. I just think we as fans have to be a little patient. Canales has only been here year 2, and he's only drafted.
No, I'm not giving him I'm just saying that I just want to see his growth this year. That's all I'm saying.
I do agree. And plus, I think what's going to help is actually get people in his offense to fit his offense. That's why I think it was important to get some of these players.
That's absolutely correct.
I'll just go back to receivers real quick. If Leggett struggles like he did last year, he ain't gonna be up there. Now that don't mean he's gonna be benched long term and everybody can ride dollar bill out of the Charlotte on a rail. That just means they're going to bench him for a little while so he can catch up and they can figure out what his issues are. Kind of like they did Bryce. Bench him for a little while. Once he learns it, picks it up, then you put him back in there. All right. Now, at the same time, if T-Mac struggles, they're going to do the same thing. I think with the depth they have, if they can do it, I don't think Canales is going to be stuck in the situation he was last year where you had to figure out how to fit a square peg in a round hole because that's all he had.
Or how the only offense was a corner route to David Moore on third down.
Yeah, because
I'm telling them everybody, Anthony.
I mean, you might not like it, but there was a lot of games that could have been won if they actually caught the fucking football.
Quite a few. It will turn the season around.
Yeah.
All right, so look, man, I'm gonna change up the player, and I'm gonna let Anthony start this one. Anthony, what is the amount of touchdowns and receiving yards for Xavier Leggett in 2025?
I'll say 721, and he gets 6 touchdowns.
You said 721 and 6 touchdowns?
That's what I said.
Okay. That's a respectable number. 721, 6 touchdowns. Let me go to my man Wes Justin. Are you taking the over or under on those numbers for Xavier Leggett?
You said like 700 something, 6 touchdowns?
Yep, 7. What'd you say? 720? 721, something like that? 6 touchdowns. What would you say? Over or under?
I mean, that would mean that he stepped it up, right?
Yeah, considerably.
Yeah.
Make progress.
I'd be okay with that, even though I'd like to see higher numbers. But I mean, like, I mainly want to see the hate for that man go away. Like, I mean, let's be real. He dropped important passes, but like, he didn't drop every fucking pass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He needs the main option. He needs to fix. He has the speed. I've seen him cutting pretty well. Like it's just the hands, and that can be fixed, right? Like we've seen this issue with many great wide receivers in the past where they just couldn't catch the ball at first. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they couldn't miss a fucking catch. So hopefully, him working with a better pass catcher and Tet McMillan, maybe Tet can help him fix some of those problems, and they might fuck around and both be 1,000-yarders, you know, which would be cool. But
yeah,
I'd say those numbers are realistic. That means that he stepped it up.
Okay.
And I'm all right with that.
Okay. Let's go to Jake and then Poppin.
I agree with the numbers. 700 yards receiving, 6 touchdowns around there. I'm fine with that. I agree with that.
Okay. So, okay. All right, respectable. Pop, you with me? Pop in. All right, we'll go to Twan. Twan, I got you.
Yeah, I'm in.
721, 6 touchdowns. Xavier Leggett, you're taking the over or under on those numbers?
That's good, man. I mean, I'll keep the yards. I'll up the touchdowns probably by 2. I'm saying that because I think Tet is gonna allow him to eat. I think it'll get to the point where they'll pay attention to Tet so much. It's just like when we had Burns and Hassan Reddick. You know, sometimes when you cut, it's just like you got to pick your poison. You know, I think Tet is going to allow him to eat, so that if they try to double Tet, you know, then Leggett will be open. Yeah, man, that's good. I mean, we got so many damn wide receivers. And
that's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted to do this, because
I don't even know.
Yeah, it's like how many touchdowns and yards do we have between all these players? You know, and that's why
I really think. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I really think the plan here is like for this wide receiver thing is like keep Renfrow and Thielen for this year, and by next year the hope is that Ted, Leggett, Horn, and Coke are the future for the wide receivers. So this year, I don't really know what to like. It's hard to predict, right? Because like you don't know.
Yeah, it's hard, bro.
You don't know how much volume Thielen and Renfrow are gonna get because they kind of play the same position. I think David Moore's cut. I don't think his services are needed here anymore. So like,
future endeavor.
I don't know. That's
I agree.
I agree as well.
I don't think David Moore's on the roster.
I don't think he's bad, but I don't think he is.
I mean,
firepower for his ass.
If you look at the guys that could potentially, as we call it, make the roster, and you're going to cut somebody, let's be real quick. Hunter Renfrow, if you cut him, he won't clear waivers to make the practice squad. Okay, none of the draft picks, including Horn, will not clear waivers to make the practice squad. David Moore will clear waivers to make the practice squad. He just will.
I think he is the odd man out for sure, though.
David Moore is too good to go on the look. At one point last year, he was Bryce's favorite target.
I understand that, Twan. But let's
raise our standards.
Let's ask though, Twan.
Nobody's practice squad.
Would he clear the waivers?
No.
Will all 31 other teams not pick him up on waivers?
No, and that's okay.
Hey, so before we even jump into this, let me drop the rock early just to let y'all know who's running this shit, because it's about to get wild. You know what it's about to be.
Oh, Lord, nigga, my dog.
G Baby and the motherfucking free for all. G, what's up, bro?
What's good, bro? What is good?
Just telling G. G Baby, let me ask you something, bro. 721 yards and 6 touchdowns for XL in 2005. Are you taking the over or the under on that number for Xavier Leggett?
Cody, does a bear shit in the woods, G? I'm taking the under on that.
Yeah, they do in fact do that, bro.
I would never go over on that.
You said
you need some reasoning, though, my brother. I know we talk every day, but you got to tell the people why you think that, though, bro.
Y'all know how I feel about XL's bougie ass. I don't see XL as an NFL wide receiver. He's not an NFL wide receiver. XL about to get that Jonathan Mingo treatment after this year, and his ass is grass.
Damn, bro. All right. That's kind of wild, bro.
I believe every wide receiver on this roster is better than XL.
David Moore?
I take David Moore over fucking XL.
Yeah.
Baby.
No way, bro.
I'm jumping off the train now, G Baby. I'm gone.
But
hey,
I don't blame you.
First down
I mean, I'm not standing up for David Moore, so fuck that.
Yep. Hey, yo, wait, hold up.
I don't see Renfrow or David Moore making this roster.
Hey, yo, hold up real quick before we continue this. Who has the AI of Captain Bryce, bro? Why am I looking at an AI Bryce?
That's the Admiral. No, that's the Admiral. Do not disrespect Bryce Young. He is not a captain. He is an Admiral.
That goes hard, bro.
I've been looking at that the whole fucking time, bro.
Oh my God,
hey, somebody said that shit to me. I'm about to piss a lot of people off, bro.
Oh my God, bro. That shit's hilarious, bro. All right, go ahead. My bad. So, G, you think Renfro's getting cut?
Y'all a wild boy.
I don't think Renfro's making the team.
Bro, y'all wild
I
for that.
have-
Hunter
He
Renfrow.
got his weight up, G.
He might
Hunter
not be
Renfrow.
crazy.
Hunter Renfrow is the
Cody,
future Adam Thielen.
Cody, that shit ain't no lock for him on this roster.
No,
right now.
he's not a lock.
Y'all don't even know,
He's
bro.
not a lock.
What's
That
Y'all
man
don't
is
even
not a
know.
lock right now.
No, he's not
I'm
a
just
lock.
being honest.
Hey,
Hold on,
hey,
Cody.
Pickle.
I agree with
Cody.
you. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jay.
Listen, Hunter Renfrow and David Moore aren't making this fucking team, bro. They're not, bro. I'm telling you right now. They're gonna run with all these young cats. And I'm telling you, stop sleeping on fucking George. Stop sleeping on Kobe Hudson, and stop sleeping on Jimmy Horn, bro.
Bro, Jacoby George is not.
Fucking dogs, man. And
Bro, Jacoby George is not making the roster. David Moore, I like David Moore, but he's not making the roster. It's Hunter Renfrow and Jimmy Horn Jr., bro.
I like Jacoby George better than I do David Moore.
J-Baby, you're breaking up real bad, bro.
Hey, does anyone know what Renfro's contract is?
Just a 1 year deal.
It's a 1 year deal. Vet
Yeah,
minimum.
but like how much?
One vet minimum, 1 year
vet
deal.
minimum.
1 year and a McChicken sandwich.
McChicken sandwich.
No,
but this could be
it's not a McChicken sandwich. It's one of them dollar menu deals.
Exactly, a McChicken sandwich.
He got a 4 for 4.
Big
Nah,
Mac
he got a
or
4 for 4 at least.
He at
Yeah,
least
so
needs
that's
a
what I'm
Big
saying.
Mac.
Yeah, 4 for 4. And they gave him one and kept the other for 3.
Hey, the truth
These are
is,
tight times, man.
Renfrow to me, based on how we do by like week 8, Renfrow to me seems like that target that could get flipped for like a 6th-round pick if he doesn't have any like targets.
Yeah, what if he wanted to run off and play some playoff football somewhere? We're out of it.
That's something that
I'm
I
back, Cody, my fault.
don't think anybody wants to touch, except for maybe G-Baby. Nobody wants to talk about that. Y'all know at the end of preseason, if these guys show out like we all think they're going to, somebody's going to make a phone call, and Dan ain't afraid to trade a player.
Hey, man, listen.
We will. Look, I'll announce this right now. We will see Renfrow in the preseason for sure, and that's really going to tell us what's going to happen.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you something. What if the young guys look great? Renfro's already cheaper than Adam, and what if Adam brings you a better market in the trade value? Do that then jump?
It's a possibility.
About that the other day. I seen somebody made a video about that the other day.
You just made an investment in the top 10 on a wide receiver, so I
they
can
were
validate
offered
you doing that.
They were offered a pick or two for him last year and turned it down.
I really like
But let me.
The trade will go to a good team though.
I don't want to get rid of him though.
I don't want to get rid of Adam either.
He didn't retire just.
That's the thing. Yep.
One at a time, y'all. One at a time.
The one
Cody,
thing that I do believe when like I know I bring up like Canales is a poker player, but like the one thing I do believe is they are a developmental staff. Like they want to play the young guys. So if the young guys are taking all the spotlight, that's that's what you want anyways. And
Right.
2, it doesn't hurt if Renfrow or Thielen don't get as much burn this year because they're not the future of this team.
Right.
Like, that's just something we all have to accept. Is that I'd rather sacrifice their targets for the young guys because those are the guys we're hoping to be here for the next decade.
Nah, you go with who's winning. Look, Cody, can I say it one more time?
Yeah.
Y'all can continue.
Yeah, go ahead.
Y'all gonna get tired of me saying this shit. You have to actually make this team.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the truth.
And that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be.
Yeah, it is.
No, and I agree. I'm just saying if they are performing well, then that's what we all should want. Like if Thielen and Renfrow look better than the young guys, then that's when I have an issue.
Right.
Because quite frankly, they shouldn't.
Well, experience is everything, man. Thielen is. We're not gonna act like he balled his whole. I mean, shit. Tom Brady didn't get horrible as he got older. He just got slower, and he played smarter instead of harder.
That's why somehow Thielen still gets open.
If we trade Adam Thielen, which I don't think
He
is going to
just
happen.
gets open, bro. He sacrifices his body. Not a lot of people do that shit.
Tore his
Thielen ain't
shit.
going nowhere.
If I was
I agree.
If I was Hunter
All
Renfrow,
year.
I personally, if I was targeting the team, I'd have been targeting the Ravens. That's where I would have been.
Yep.
He would have been such a great fit for Lamar Jackson.
Bro, he's a good fit for Bryce Young, bro. What are y'all talking about?
Cody.
Bro,
I understand the love for Renfro.
No, y'all don't understand the championship wide receiver. That's obvious. That is painfully obvious that y'all don't understand what a championship wide receiver will do for you. Yeah, Pro Bowler, Pop. Pro Bowler.
One time.
Pro Bowler.
That's fine.
Pro Bowler.
Why would we trade Thielen though? Y'all talking crazy.
Yeah, shout out to y'all.
But hold on. Even though he's a Pro Bowler, I still think Adam Thielen has had a better career than Hunter Renfro. But at the end of the day, hold on. But if it was me, if I was Hunter Renfro, and if he went to Baltimore Ravens, he wouldn't be stepping on anybody's shoes, and he would be just a perfect fit for that because we already have somebody like that on the team already.
Shit, they still might pick him up.
Poppin'. Whose shoes is he stepping on?
He's basically Adam Thielen. That's what we're trying to say.
Hold on, Jalen Coker. Jalen Coker.
No, he's
one more year. Adam Thielen is
ball, man. He's 5'10". Adam
he's also
like
talking
6'1",
about
6'2".
He's also talking about retiring every single year. Like how often
now they didn't get 25 more million.
So he ain't played in a year, man.
Thielen is not getting a contract extension. He's gone after this year. Listen to this. Renfro had 1,000-yard season 4 years ago. He hasn't eclipsed over 650 yards the rest of his career. He's not.
Man, it's not a roster lock, bro.
The good thing
he didn't play last season.
Hey, I'll let y'all find out the hard way. I don't care.
The similarities between Adam Thielen and Hunter Renfro is they both can get open, and they both got good hands.
Thank you, Jake. We're saying the same thing, bro. I don't understand they're not getting it, but you literally have the same. One guy's coming back to the NFL. One guy has been in the NFL. It's no different, bro. Renfro might be a little more quicker.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, as far as wiggle room, but Thielen doesn't drop balls.
He's never been a
and is dependable.
That's the main reason why.
Both of them are.
He doesn't drop anything.
That's the reason why I kind of want to keep
drop
Renfro, because he's gonna take. I think he's gonna take Adam Thielen's his position as a mentor and still get something.
He's gonna pass the mantle. That's cool.
My question is this: why do any of you think that Jacoby George or David Moore would have a better chance than a former Pro Bowler?
Nobody's saying that.
Why do you hate David Moore getting cut, man?
I never said that, Cody. I never said that.
I ain't saying nothing about David Moore.
Yeah.
Right. So Hunter Renfro is going to make the roster. He's going to make the roster. And he's going to have playing time, bro. I'm telling you.
Over David Moore?
Yes, bro. Yes.
Cody, he didn't even play last season.
I don't give a damn about that, bro.
He didn't even play last season. Stop it.
You're about to find out, bro. I'll let you find out the hard way, bro.
He ain't even played it. Come on, man. Oh, but people who played last year, hell no.
Hey, he could play last year. If he does make the team, cool. If he don't, cool. It doesn't matter. I mean, he's not the number one. He's not number two. He's not the number three.
Yeah,
he made his team great.
Yeah,
squad.
I agree with Sasho with that comment he just put up there. Bryce Young deals better with route technicians. And that's what they are. The only question I have for Cody, because I think Renfro can make the team, is what Hunter Renfro
Hold
is
on, man. Time out, man. XL ain't no route technician. In that game, when he got wide open, Bryce put the ball in his hands.
Yeah, but he didn't say nothing about XL, though, bro.
Let me go back to my point. Cody, what Hunter Renfro is going to show up, though?
Bro, he's a wild card. We don't know. We're just
that's the problem. I don't know what the fuck he's about to do.
That's why it's an interesting
topic. Why would
is that we get to see it play out?
But Twan, why would he sign with another team if his body wasn't back ready to play football?
That's what I'm saying.
You know the answer, Cody.
The beauty is we get
rehab
to see it
place
play
like
out.
your other time.
Somebody is not gonna make this damn team, bro.
Well, guess what? Let me ask y'all a question. Have we did XL yet? Because a lot of people still hate on XL. Have we did the over and under on XL yet?
We did, but we can go back to it. Yeah, go back to him.
Before we break down the over and under, I'm gonna explain something to y'all about why T-Mac is gonna be so important to this team and why T-Mac is so important to XL. T-Mac is actually gonna be playing with XL. Had to play because we had Panthers hurt last year. T-Mac is gonna open up, and he should be running certain type of routes. He shouldn't be running the go route necessarily. He should be on your slants. He should be on your crossers. That's where he eats at because of his speed and his size.
Why are you making excuses because motherfucker can't catch the goddamn ball?
I'm not making no excuses. I'm talking about how the offense should be ran. Do you not understand that? What excuse did I make up?
The goddamn excuse.
Also,
that ain't no excuse. That's called chess.
Can't catch the fucking ball.
That's called chess.
That's what I said. I said, look, Tet is gonna open up and allow him to get to eat, bro.
There you
That's
go.
why you go get him too, because he's gonna make everything easy. And someone brought this up earlier. I think it was like 2 minutes ago. Yes, Bryce likes route technicians, but Bryce also just needs people that can catch the ball. Like it's that simple.
He got to throw that motherfucker too. So
yeah,
get in the damn weight room and stop saying quarterbacks don't lift weights and get your arms stronger.
Yeah, I agree. But the XL thing, listen, I get it.
You call you want to. XL ain't going nowhere. He's the face of the Panthers.
Y'all might as well just leave that shit alone. It ain't going nowhere.
Cody, everybody.
I agree. XL ain't going anywhere. No matter how much people don't like him. Jonathan Mingo was.
I'll tell you what. Let him come out here this year.
Wait, hold up, everybody. Hold up, everybody. Let me let Justin get his final words. He has to jump off of here. Justin, we appreciate you, bro. Give me your final words for the free
Chris Rock.
Keep fucking pounding. That's all I can really say. Keep fucking pounding.
Keep pounding, boy. We appreciate
let
you,
the
man.
haters hate and let us prove them wrong, right?
That's it. Let them hate.
We're gonna hear your voice one day, bro. We're gonna hear it.
We already did, bro. He came out.
Yeah, he's done it. He's done it before.
No, that was a pre-stream thing.
Are you a streamer? Like you a streamer? You got the whole streaming set up.
I do YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok at the same time.
Damn, that's what's up, bro.
But yeah.
All right, Justin, we appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. You'll have a
good one. Later, man.
All right, Justin.
Yep.
All right, boys, as you were.
So basically, what I'm saying is, man, T-Mac is going to help pretty much everybody on this team eat because of his skill set. Now, whether SL, hold up, C-Dog, before you start crying, whether SL catch the ball or not, because he wasn't having a problem getting. Yeah, because I'm a Panther. Where else would you go?
Yes, sir. I hear you.
Come back, bro.
You ain't never seen me before.
I see Fried Falcon right here on the line. But so no matter what, how you look at it, whether it's SL doesn't have even more now because you actually have a number one wide receiver, and if they scheme him right, bruh, sky's the limit. If he goes out here and drop balls, then C-Dog, you be okay to complain all damn year.
That's
what right now we don't know. He was a rookie last year, and if Devontae Adams can have a whole bunch of drop his rookie year, so can Leggett. So get over it.
I was just gonna say, like this year,
fucking excuse. He's a rookie, C-Dog. Damn, you gotta give him some time.
Yeah.
If Coker would have had as many reps, he wouldn't have had that many drops.
Let me too much hate.
Let me ask you
no drops.
Let's slow down on Coker.
Let me get him pickle. So C-Dog, everything you've done in your life, you perfected it the first time around.
Coker was an undrafted receiver.
It's
like better, man. He's just a better receiver. He has better hands.
He ran for that pussy, Twan. He ran for that pussy.
I'm trying to listen. We as people now, we expect people to do shit that we can't do. You do it first, man.
Can I say this real quick? Because
go ahead.
Listen. So what Pop was just bringing up is what I'm preaching to. Listen, I didn't want to draft Excel. I wasn't that high in him, but I had my worries about him. I still do a little bit. I'm still giving him a pass for year one. Like I've given everyone else that even if I wanted to draft him or didn't, a pass for year one. But this year is where it's going to really show me because what Pop was saying. T-Mac is going to get the number one cornerback on him every game. Like, so Excel is even going to have less pressure off him too. And
Right.
They already know who Adam Thielen is. He's still going to work in the slot. So this is yes, your worries will be either warranted this year or look stupid after this year because Excel's going to have every opportunity to succeed.
Now, Anthony, what you just said was perfect. Now, Anthony, imagine this. Imagine all those guys playing well and they're on the field at the same time.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. No matter who you throw out there, Coker, no matter who you throw out there, Renfro, it's so dangerous. It's dangerous, bro. Because most teams don't have a good number one corner and a good number two corner.
There you go.
Most teams don't.
There you go.
Especially in our division.
Cody, I'm ready to raise my expectations a lot
We're
with
a problem,
Excel,
bro.
man. And
We could be a problem.
It's going to be 808 for Excel this season.
Because Tech
I agree.
Look at that production.
Only because I got Nilo getting 1,000 and breaking the record, and I got other receiving yards I got to give out. But I do think he can
I
get
agree.
800. I really do.
Yeah.
Raise expectations.
I think Nilo's going to have a good season. I think
He's going to break a count. He's going to be 1,010, Anthony.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I just really believe what Canal. I just think,
G-Baby.
I just feel like we drafted our own Mike Evans, and I'm so fucking excited.
Yo, what's that right there? What's that?
And I'm right there with you, brother. Mike Evans, man. I hope
This is
better.
Utilization chart.
Yeah, this is a
Who
PFF
just said
article
1,000?
about Adam Thielen in 2025.
Yeah, okay.
That was your crazy ass brother that said that. I said,
G-Baby, you know who was? We've been fucking texting you about this every goddamn day, bro. You know
Yeah, it's very true, Anthony. Talk that
1,000
shit.
and tutties?
For one, yes,
No,
he's gonna break it. He's gonna break
If you
Kelvin's
think,
record.
hey, Bryce Young is good, bro. If Bryce Young
If you gonna stand on your fucking quarterback, he can get him there.
Bryce Young is good, bro.
You have to live on that hill. The King Bryce is going to
If
reign.
King Bryce is good enough, he can get his top 10 rookie receiver.
That's what you need to be worried about. That's what you need to be worried about. Because if Bryce Young don't get it done,
Let me ask y'all this.
He gonna be no goodbye. Them receivers.
Let me
Yeah,
ask
we
y'all
not worried
this.
about Bryce though, man. Stop it, man. Stop with nonsense.
No, let me ask y'all this. I'm gonna start with G-Baby. G-Baby, who is Bryce Young's number one wide receiver in 2025?
Adam Thielen.
Okay.
And his number 2 is Jalen Coker.
Damn.
3
So,
is Noah.
Ooh, I like that.
damn. None
I
of the
like
first round picks are even in the top 2.
Bro, I
bro.
have Jalen Coker going for 1,000 yards this year.
G-Baby's so delusional, bro.
Yeah, he is. I love G, baby, but damn it, man.
Not, bro.
The numbers were so slight
You
though.
got the rock.
Is that delusional?
Hey,
What you
if
guys
G
gotta
Baby could
understand
say
is
that,
Jalen Coker and Bryce
Oh, let
Young's
him
bond
finish.
is
Let him
unmatched,
finish.
bro. That's his best friend.
G-Baby, our quarterback was literally working out with our pick prior to the draft, bro. He ain't gonna. I'm sorry. Like,
You can put Nalo in the slot though. You're a killer in the slot. You'd be a killer in the slot.
They already said it. That Cali to Cali connection.
It's real,
Yes, sir.
Twan.
Yeah.
You better believe that shit's about to be real.
I don't know. Let me go to Diesel skills.
He ain't fucking with no other receiver, but
Stare his ass down.
Diesel skills. Who was the number one wide receiver for Bryce Young in 2025?
Well, I mean, Adam Thielen can make a run at it, but I mean, I'm hoping that it's the guy we drafted number 8 overall. I hope it's T-Mac. That's the hope, is that we're making the right decisions. Like I said, we got a ton of wide receiver coaches on this team that have a lot of NFL experience. They're going to be able to figure it out. They're not going to. They shouldn't blunder this. I mean, if they screw it up, like G-Baby's saying, that's a bad sign. Then that could be That could be Bryce and Canales out the door at the same time. I think their futures are locked together, G-Baby. I don't think you want that to happen. I think you want Coker to do good, and that's perfectly fine. And the thing about XL that y'all been arguing about, I don't disagree 100% on XL, okay? I mean, how many second-round wide receivers have we busted? I mean, I know he was the last pick in the first round, but we busted a bunch of second-round wide receivers. So it could very well be that it doesn't work out for XL. So I'll buy that one. And I want Coker to do good. He already set the record for UDFA for the Panthers and most yards in a season. I'm with you on that. Coker is dope. I agree with you. We've got to have T-Mac work out though, or Bryce Young and Canales could be both out the door. I think they're tied together, brother.
Let me say this too. Let me say this real quick. This is getting overlooked. Now we had this conversation about Excel. I've already made my stance on it. I'm not saying this one way or another, but this front office is smart. They're drafting the same position for insurance, bro.
Got to for replenishment.
Tell them again.
We just took a receiver at eighth overall. And listen, Canales bought in. You guys bought in. Not most of you, but some of the people in the C3, respectively, my brothers, bought into the bullshit that he was saying about Excel being the number one wide receiver. And then 2 weeks later, we drafted a wide receiver. So this is what I'm saying. There's insurance for a lot of these positions, man. Like Canales, we've seen how quickly he's pulled the plug on things. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
But wait a minute, Anthony. Why does it have to be a line of bullshit? Why can't they believe that both of them have number one wide receiver potential?
I don't buy that. I don't buy that.
Look, I have to agree with Anthony right here because if XL would have came out and performed,
we wouldn't have drafted
well last year. Tell him to get
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I was trying to
say. All the shit he was supposed to do, that wouldn't be him.
I don't know that that's true, bro. I don't know that that's true. I just don't know.
I guarantee you, if Xavier brought in all them touchdowns, McMillan would.
Why would you not want to have two badass options?
Because he's a ball dropper.
We're supposed to be running the ball.
Think about this too. Everyone remember we were all thinking that they were going to draft a defensive player, and them taking a wide receiver.
Me and you didn't, Anthony.
Just tells me that they were way more worried about the position just as much than what they were able to do on defense. And this is coming from a GM who played linebacker for us. And you guys watched the blueprint. The motherfucker looked like Tet was his adopted child, man.
For real, bro.
And Morgan was ecstatic.
That man was smitten.
So I'm just following the clues, man.
Let me say something about Tet. I don't want to do his numbers, Cody, but I'll say this about Tet. He could be rookie of the year next year if the shit roll right.
Okay. I'm gonna say this right now. He's gonna be having a lot of people singing "Kumbaya." Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't do a
lot of talking no more. I just say what I say. Look, that motherfucker is coming. I told y'all last year with Chuba. Look, Tech coming. He coming.
He's built like a freak, man.
The motherfucker could be, and he plays. Look, he can really be rookie of the year. You know, it ain't gonna be a whole lot of motherfuckers that's gonna go ahead of him if he doesn't win. He gonna be right there. He's gonna be right there.
So, Twan, you know, I gotta agree with you on that because looking at the draft class, that came out this year, you have if Bryce can slings that rock, you might have a hell of a point, but. I don't know how anybody can sit here and say that you don't know who the number one wide receiver is. Yeah. You just watch the draft a few months. It's easy. You know who the number one is.
It could be Adam Thielen.
You will bend the knee.
Adam Thielen ain't gonna come nowhere.
You will bend the knee.
Hello.
Hey, I just want to say though, bro, if Adam Thielen is still the number one option for the Panthers after spending 2 back-to-back first-round picks on a wide receiver, that's a bad look.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not, Cody. No, it's not. No, it's not, bro.
Look, 90% of the time, Canales runs a 3-receiver set, so that's not because you can put Nalo in the slot. and had Coker and Thielen on the outside.
Yep.
Listen, I just want
And then with Jalen Coker, bro.
Hold on, let me finish. So when you put Nalo in the slot, so that now they got to put their best DB in the slot, whoever we got them playing against, you know.
I'm telling you,
maybe still deadly.
Doesn't that prove what I said earlier? That he's going to open up everything for everybody else.
Yes. His job.
Because your number one DB is to be on your number one wide receiver, right?
I said that shit earlier. You know, I started off.
You're proving our point.
If you're somewhere listening, yeah, this is shit you got to deal with these fans, bro. He had crazy ass shit. You're the man. We all know you the man. We all know what you committed to do. Talking about motherfucking Thielen don't have more yards than Tech. Man, get the fuck out of here.
Yes, man. Thielen can get 1,000 and I
just want to win football games.
Nola ain't having no 1,000 yards this year, bro.
Yes, we running the 3 receiver set.
No, he's not.
I will bet you G, baby, but that ain't gonna work.
Check this out.
Nola's not having no 1,000 fucking yards, bro. No, he's not, bro. No, he's not. We got too many mouths to feed. Y'all think the Panthers are trying to run the ball the whole? No, bro, it's not gonna happen, dude.
Yeah, we're not allowed to run the ball,
though.
That's a bunch of
Rico be getting the ball.
Passing his
Nah, bro. We got way more mouths to feed this year. You're
a lot of play action.
Yeah,
they all gonna hold up.
Baby, G baby, I'm not coming. Hey, G baby, I'm not coming after you. But listen to this. Do you know how many yards you have to get to get 1,000 in each game? It's not a lot. It's not a lot.
Bro. It's like 50 to 60 yards.
Yeah, I get like 80 some yards a game to break 1,000.
No, it's less than
17 games. You better get a touchdown 10 times.
It's like 7.
You don't think Tech can get 80 yards a game
in the slot? Hell yeah.
And then you know he's gonna have games where he might get
80 yards anywhere he flies.
120. He's gonna have a 120 in there somewhere.
Hey, hold up. Let me just check this out. Real quick.
Bryce look good.
I think he's gonna have some crazy like 180-yard game this year, bro. I really.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I feel like this dude is him, bro. Listen, you're gonna know. Fans are gonna know how real he is right away because he's got tough cornerback matchups. Rookie year, like he's gonna be going, and this is what the wide receiver ones are made for, bro. Like this is what he's gonna be going up against the Sauce Gardners, and
he can really set the tone, Anthony, in his rookie year, bro. Shit.
In the slot, though, man, it'd be mean.
If he starts beating their ass off the rip, that's gonna be some other shit. That's gonna set the tone for his career. He really needs to go ahead and do it.
Have you guys talked about the defensive side of the ball yet, though?
Not really.
That's what I'm worried about.
No, because listen.
No,
you're right. You're right. This offense, we have a ton of targets.
After Anthony, we'll go to Pickle. After Anthony.
This is my last thing. G's right. We have a ton of mouths to feed, but that's why I think Bryce Young is going to take this huge leap because there's so many options, and I still think that T-Mac is going to get a lot of targets because I think we're going to sling that bitch. Like I'm telling you, the running the ball thing, we're going to run the ball. But man, Canales wants to air it out, bro. I'm telling you, like this is what he wants to do.
I'll decide to do it, Anthony.
Yeah, he better do that shit. He better do that shit. Even kill and just go. I'm gonna tell G baby this though. G baby, Chet could potentially get your guy paid, bro. He gonna get him paid, bro.
I'm not shitting on Nola. I'm not saying that at all. I think Nola's the future number 2 wide receiver of the Carolina Panthers, bro.
If that's who's
number 1?
That man loves Coker. Don't make him do it.
If he says George, bro, I swear, who is the
number 1? You know who the number 1 is. That's Jalen Coker. Jalen Coker is special.
Coker's
special. Jalen Coker is special. I'm telling you.
Go ahead and say Himothy.
How long are you saying this is going to happen? When is it? What year is it going to happen? Next year? This year?
Dude, Jalen Coker is going to be one of the main targets this year, boys. You guys are sleeping on Jalen Coker, bro.
No, I'm saying he's going to be the number 1 this year. Like he's going to show up to be.
Oh no, I'm saying the future, like the future of the Carolina Panthers.
The future, like next year.
I think within the next couple of years, Adam Thielen's probably on his last year. Maybe maybe one more year out of him, maybe if that. So like, I see what the Panthers are trying to do, man.
Let me go to Pickle. Let me go to Pickle. What's up, Pickle?
Sorry about that.
Oh, yeah. I in preseason of this year, they're not going to cut Coker. If Dan Morgan and Dave Canales is as smart as we all hope they are, and all these young receivers show out strong in preseason and training camp, they would be ignorant to cut any of these young guys and keep an old guy on the roster. I'm not saying they're not going to do that. I'm just going to say they'll really be that ignorant, because I seriously doubt, unless if all these young guys show up strong, I doubt seriously that Hunter Renfrow and Adam Thielen both make the 53-man roster, because they basically play the same position, as does Coker, to play that position just as well. Now, all that being said, all of it determines in training camp. But I think defensively wise, I think everybody's was screaming and yelling at a corner, at which maybe that is our biggest need, but you can't fix everything in one's off season.
Yes, and Dan,
but I want to ask everybody a question.
We better fix
if
Mark
our
Allen.
offense looks good and we don't need offensive help, because let's be clear, offense will get the first pick next year regardless if they think they have a need there. What's your first round pick next year? Corner, safety, or middle linebacker?
Man,
It's got to be linebacker.
I don't want
Offensive line.
I don't want to be picking in the top 10 anymore, man.
No, we ain't talking about no top 10.
Depends on what Bryce do. That's the real honest question.
Yes, that's everything right there.
Well, that's
everything.
what I just said. Assuming we don't need any help on offense,
because we haven't got that conversation
because
yet.
I tell you that it don't matter if we have the 32nd defense in the NFL next year. If they need a left tackle or a right tackle and they want to do it, they'll draft a tackle with the first pick.
No,
matter what offensive tops defense on this team, regardless of a need. Offense is always more important.
Let me put you on game, Pickle. Let me put you on game, Pickle. Next year will be an offensive draft.
Yes.
By far.
Bro.
They really don't want to.
Okay.
And listen, and for everybody screaming,
Watch what happens.
How are we predicting? How are we predicting what next year's draft is going to be? Yeah. We haven't seen this year, bro.
Because we're Panther fans.
We're
Panther fans.
Every year when you want a QB the next year, bro. I don't want to hear that, Cody.
You watch Cody. You've been watching college. So you know who's coming out.
Yeah, there's a bunch of good offensive talent. No, there's some good offensive talent, but like
I don't want to be picking top 15 or 20 next year.
I'm trying to win the goddamn. I'm trying to go to a home playoff game, man.
Amen. And
I'm not trying to do this anymore. I'm not
trying
to
middle linebacker with the first pick.
Hey, I just want us to win again, man. That's all I want.
I'm in the 20s and going to the playoffs.
Same, bro. Hey,
y'all realize if we have to draft another damn quarterback, we're setting this.
No, that's 3 years.
Bro.
3 years.
Hey, I'm gonna ask y'all a controversial question. No, it's not a question. I'm gonna make a statement.
Oh no!
And this is what I genuinely believe. If I'm low on some of these other Panthers offensive players, it's because Chuba Hubbard's rushing for over 1,500 yards, bro.
Oh, hell no! Hell no! We got two running back. Hell no! If anything, I see him and Rico both getting
I want to see it.
1,000.
I want to see it. I ain't gonna lie. I would love to see that.
1,500. How about this? 1,500 yards, 13 touchdowns.
But Donald would have to get hurt, bro. I don't see it with both of them.
Nope.
I'll be honest with you. I'd rather see Chuba get 1,500 over Nalo getting 1,000. And that's just
gonna be 1,000, bro.
I don't give a fuck.
It'll be 1,000. Like when we had D'Angelo and Jonathan Stewart.
I knew that was gonna get you, man.
Gee, baby, you know I'm right, bro.
Both of them gonna have 6 to 7 touchdowns each.
Yeah, Dowell's gonna get playing time, man.
It's not enough.
Came off 1,000 yards.
A lot of play action.
I don't think Chuba's touching 1,500.
Hey, I'm just gonna let y'all know a little secret.
Why do y'all doubt my boy like that, man?
Because I've already told you, bro.
We got Rico Dowdle.
Because everybody's saying this.
Then you got a rookie running back
ball. We have the
Reed running back. He gonna get some snaps too.
We have an offensive line to run the ball. That's what we're doing, bro.
Says who? Says what? The two backs.
You got 3 running back.
Stop.
Says what? Says
Are
who?
y'all pretending
What
Deontay Foreman and Chuba Hubbard didn't play?
Hold on. What evidence suggests that Dave Canales wants to run the ball? What evidence suggests that?
Everything that we've done in the offseason.
Reed
drafted a wide receiver in the top 10.
Everything that we've done in the offseason.
We just took a wide receiver in the top 10.
They're blockers.
12 personnel. Like the Ravens.
We drafted some wide receivers that block, bro.
Bro, can I hold on? Can I ask you guys a question, bro?
You got a better chance. Jonathan Brooks making the team.
Nope.
1-on-1 says that you can't run the ball, you can't pass it.
What the fuck did Chuba do to you guys, bro?
I don't know.
Where the fuck is all this Chuba Hubbard love coming from, bro? Please tell me, like, what has Chuba done for you guys to make you guys this obsessed with this?
Sounds like I'm the only one.
Oh man.
He's gonna be a top 5 back next year, bro. I promise.
Yes, sir.
No, he's not, Juan.
Yes, sir.
No, he's not.
Yes, sir. 1,500.
Look. If he didn't get hurt, G baby, if that motherfucker didn't get hurt, he was right there.
Look, you know what I mean?
He finished number 8. Dowdle finished number 12. I mean, he only has to get 900 yards this season to pass CMC all time for rushing yards for the Panthers.
Not even better than Fred, like,
bro.
And I'm not trying to be a
I just don't understand. Like, what did he do that you guys love? Like, can you guys tell me what does he do, bro?
He was drafted in a horrible era of Matt Rule, where all the other draft picks were cut.
No, D's. What does he do? What's his skill set, G?
He kept pounding, my friend.
No, Chuba's cool, but he is
crazy
running
question
behind.
because you know.
I got a better question. I'm gonna flip that question. What does he don't do, G? What does he not do?
He doesn't. He's not explosive to me, bro. He doesn't have that factor, bro. He's not a game changer, bro. He does not change that, bro. We did just fine the games. We did not have Chuba in the fucking game, bro. It's not like it was this all-world difference, bro. Let me ask you guys this. Can I ask you guys this? Can I ask you guys something? What would this offense be if you added a Jameer Gibbs or a Bijan Robinson or one of these elite running backs, bro?
We had that running back.
They don't win you. They don't win you.
Exactly. We had that. We had that, bro. We had it.
No,
we had it, and we fucked it up.
How did it work?
Yeah, Chuba still ain't got the CMC.
How did it work?
I don't know. Why don't you ask Matt Rule that, Pickle?
No. When I asked Matt Rule, Matt Rule don't want to talk to me. Obviously speaking, some of the issue is the simple fact is Christian McCaffrey didn't want to be here. A lot of people.
Exactly.
What?
A lot of people.
No, that's false.
Let me talk.
Unfinished.
The other day, people were talking about if we'd have kept Christian McCaffrey and we added Chuba as he's playing now, would have been a 1-2. But bullshit. McCaffrey refused to share the ball. We had multiple good running
He's a generational player, Pickle. Why should he?
You still got to
He's a generational player, bro.
Yeah, you know what? You said something about Jonathan Brooks, and both of them can't stay healthy.
Hey, Jonathan Brooks ain't got nothing to do with this, bro. We talking about Chuba and Christian McCaffrey, bro.
And I throwed his ass in there just because I
No,
listen.
kill him enough of
The only thing objective.
He's just saying Chuba all right, man, but he all right, man.
Christian McCaffrey.
He's a decent back.
One at a time.
I'm not saying Chuba.
Be an average back with an average tool set, bro.
For what we currently have,
that ain't average.
For what we currently have, he's good enough. I'm not going out there and waste a first round pick on no damn running back. That ain't worth it.
We don't need to, Pickle. We got Rico and we got Trevor Etienne, G. Both of those backs are better than Chuba.
Hey, let me throw this out there.
We'll have this conversation and find out.
What was his rank last year again, D's?
Hold on, let me pop. Hold on,
I'll throw a chicken wing plate bet out there. The chicken wing plate ain't number $20.
I'm about to roll me a blunt.
Chicken wing plate.
Boy.
Roll your blunt because if you decide to take this bet, which I doubt you will, because you know what I'm saying, you on my
What's the
side.
bet, man? Goddamn, man. Talk, man.
So, hurry up and roll up. Be quiet. Put your lips to the blunt and break it over. Smoke that trash anyway.
He said, "Hurry up, roll up."
I think that rookie out of UNC, out of North Carolina, going to have a better. He's going to have more yards than Chuba.
Yo, that's disrespectful, Pop. Disrespectful.
No, that's a different back.
But why? Can I ask you a question? Let me ask you a question. Why do y'all?
Because he knows Chuba's average, Cody.
Why do y'all constantly doubt a man who has done nothing but get better and better and better every
before last year? Every single one of you besides Cody Lack wanted Chuba out of here, bro.
Right.
But before the season started, this past season, no one wanted Chuba here, bro.
I didn't want him out of here either. I didn't want Chuba out of here, but I don't think he's decent. I don't think he's explosive. I don't think he's.
He looks like he's running in sand, bro.
No. He's a change of game. He's a decent back. But
Cody, they're killing your boy.
We are Panthers fans. We've had great backs here. So
thank you. We know what great looks like.
We know what great looks like. There is a bar.
No, we only know what great looks like.
Thank you, Pop. Thank you.
I'm sorry to agree with G Baby.
Thank you, Pop. For what? We agree on something.
Do you know who else said that Chuba Hubbard was great? Jonathan Stewart.
5 years.
No, Chuba is not on the
Chuba is the truth, bro. It's Pierce.
Listen, everything y'all are saying.
He's Canadian bacon. Get over
it. Everything y'all are saying about Chuba, about the wide receivers, you know what the conclusion is? The offense is going to be fucking nasty. That's the conclusion of what I'm hearing. Because it seems like everyone's high on the running back. People are high on the wide receivers.
Look, when have you ever been ranked 8th? And they could have been higher if he played. When you were ranked 8th out of 32, and somebody says that's average.
You know why else I love
you want to know what that's a product of being behind an elite offensive line.
I'm a believer in Chuba because Chuba is a believer in us. What's up? He said we're fighting to go to a motherfucking Super Bowl. A motherfucking Super Bowl, bro. Let's go.
That's not what
he said. We are fighting to go to a Super Bowl, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I just said.
Let me get
and that's what I just said.
Pause. But listen, I know we all Panthers fans, right? So Chuba wasn't doing that. Chuba didn't get almost 800 yards behind a fucked up line. Yeah. I know we ain't forget that shit already, right? I know we ain't forgot. Chuba was running. He got almost 800 yards behind a horrible line before the line we got now together.
And do y'all not remember when Deonta Foreman was here and him and Chuba?
Man, Deonta
Foreman way better than fucking Chuba. Let's not do that, bro. We ain't listening to do that, Cody. Stop it, bro. Everyone was on their hands and knees begging for Foreman to come back to Carolina, bro.
Yeah. Hey, y'all cook. Y'all motherfuckers. Some Panthers fans are cooked. I'm just gonna say it, man. Some motherfuckers is cooked.
You were wild and down with that shit, dude.
Some motherfuckers are cooked.
Texas Dynasty is deep in that blood, boy.
Hey, a cookout plate.
That year. And Foreman had 1,000 yards rushing that season.
We gotta start being honest with each other. Some of y'all motherfuckers say the lamest shit as Panthers fans.
See, baby. Talking to you with that woman shit.
Juan, you are not wrong on that point. And listen, I'm not just talking about people here. There are people out there in this world who are plumb stupid that are is it an advertisement that the NFL has and I don't know it? Some of y'all that
don't do it.
Do you advertise if you're the stupidest son of a bitch football fan in the world?
We don't have the stupidest.
Because I have read the stupidest people in the world. One guy the other day somehow found out I'm a Panther fan, and he said, "How come Bryce don't run like Cam Newton?"
What?
I threw my arms up.
What do you think?
This conversation's over, and I blocked him. Fuck that.
You can't make this shit up.
Hey, I wanna give a shout out to Kevin Hubbard in the chat. I have no idea if he's related to Chuba Hubbard, but all I want to know is, bro, tell me exactly what you feel Chuba Hubbard is gonna rush for this season, bro. And I'll put it up when you put it in the chat, man.
Let's see it.
Chuba was my guy last year. Chuba's gonna be my guy again this year. He still got so much more in the tank this year, bro.
I'll say this too. I wouldn't have got his jersey if I didn't have faith in him. I haven't had a Panther jersey prior to that in years.
Same.
Bro, national media calling us out for having this week. National media calling us out for having the best backfield in the NFL, man. We had the number 8 and the number 12 rush.
Yes, sir.
D's, talk to me,
Yes,
D's.
sir.
These motherfuckers know, bro.
Hey, I'm on y'all's ass this season, boy.
The one thing that I want folks to hear me, and I have to respect, and I have to respect, and I'm asking y'all to do that. Respect the fact, whether you like Chuba Hubbard or not, respect the fact that when he struggled his rookie year, he didn't quit.
I don't give a fuck about that, Pickle. Do you think I give a fuck about his rookie year?
You gonna work? You're supposed to quit the fucking job. Stop that shit.
Now, Chuba Hubbard, you shut up too, C-Dog.
I can't believe you. Pickle, you have the audacity, G. I can't believe you right now, man.
One at a time.
In Carolina Panther history that staged over every single practice for the last 3 years. Works his ass off.
Yes, sir.
Machine. He pays his neighbor to come over and load the jugs machine so he can catch it on his off days.
Workout warrior.
4 times a day, regardless whether he practiced or not. Now you tell me one other running back that did that shit.
Workout warrior, baby.
Hey, Pickle, you know what that you want to know what I call that? It's called being a fucking professional. That's something that he's supposed to do, bro. You want a cookie for that? He's a professional athlete, Pickle.
So
do your fucking job.
I hyped up Jatavian Sanders earlier. Jatavian Sanders did it one day and quit. Why has this guy ass got out there? Itself just never done it.
Y'all motherfuckers are never happy, bro. Never happy.
None of them has done it.
I just have to believe that G-Baby trolling, bro. That's all it is, bro. He don't mean this shit.
He's so disrespectful to Chuba. I don't understand it.
He don't mean this shit.
Man, okay, man. Chuba's not even a top 10 Panther running back, man.
No, he's not.
You can say
what are you talking about, man?
Let me tell you.
Man, Chuba Hubbard, not even Nick Goins, man. Stop it. Stop it. You're not even fucking Nick Goins. Stop that shit. He's not even Fred Lane. He's not even Fred Lane.
One at a time, gentlemen. No one can understand you when you're shouting over each other.
Hey, once again,
he's not even Fred Lane, sir.
Bro, he's not lying, bro. He ain't lying. C-Dog ain't lying, bro.
Fred Lane's a beast.
One at a time.
He's not Stephen Davis. He's not the Deshaun Foster. I can do this all day.
You know what? You're right.
Tim Bianca Patuka.
Deshaun Foster fumbled.
Man, stop it.
Neither was McCaffrey.
Damn it. How many do I got a name? How many do I got a name, Pickle?
Hey, Chuba ain't Mike Tolbert. He ain't Cameron Artis Payne.
Oh, he just
Hey, Chuba ain't even Mike Goodson.
Y'all know I will drop this damn rock every time I have to, right?
No, you need to drop the rock every time you don't fucking
Hey, Chuba ain't even on Mike Goodson's level. Y'all remember Mike Goodson?
You can't argue with the signpost, bro.
You're wild as hell, sir.
Man.
I mean, how many running backs do I have to name, man?
Hey, C-Dog ain't lying.
Let me apologize to the fans out who probably aren't enjoying this on Twitter. I apologize for my actions because sometimes I forget that I'm talking to a Texans fan, right? And we know Texans don't know nothing about football. You know, they're too busy playing hockey. You know, I mean, let's also remember.
My Clemson Tigers running this year, boys. That's all I know.
I just don't take advice from black people in Utah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just don't.
Hey, I want to hold on. Listen, I want to change the subject, right? The Panthers. Yeah. So listen. The Panthers did not extend a contract to Jaire Alexander, who went on to sign with the Baltimore Ravens. Did we make a mistake?
No.
Not at least offering him a contract.
Nope.
Yes.
I was right about his contract, though. I'd like to say that.
Yes. What did you say, Jake?
I said a 1-year deal, and I knew it wasn't going to be that much. I mean, I kept saying it's going to be a 1-year deal.
Cody, yes, we messed up. And the reason why is Bartholomew. Because Bartholomew messed up on this fucking roster. That's why we messed up. There's your answer right there.
You gotta bring up chicken chow mein, man.
Chicken chow mein.
Oh, that's another good one.
You know, according to the OTA reports, he's doing pretty good.
And how many times is that fucked off? I heard that about 10.
Well, I mean,
how many games has he played in the last 2 years?
At the same time, though, you know, I was going to bring this up earlier, but nobody wanted to hear it. If there's a few things, if we want to bring in free agencies, number one, we've got to prove we can win. Number two, we've got to prove that we have an intelligent defensive coordinator who can use both zone and man. And so far, we can't do that. If I'm a free agent corner, I don't care if you offer me $1 zillion. I ain't coming to Carolina Panthers. You got the dumbass defensive coordinator. I'm worry about the offense.
Yeah, why I keep hating on goddamn Easy E, man? He ain't no goddamn players. God
Carolina.
The fuck?
I agree with people on that.
Man, Dan Morgan went and got him some fucking help. The fuck?
Yeah.
Get off his fucking nuts. God damn.
Okay, we're gonna find out, ain't we? So
we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out.
Yeah,
we got less than 100 days.
I expect to see Horn.
Less than 100 days.
I expect to see people tackling at the line of scrimmage. I expect to see some
I expect a pass rush, sir. If we got one now, sir, I expect a fucking pass rush.
Yeah,
you know what?
Evero is the definition of
Easy E
coordinator.
Easy E is the worst of all time, C-Dog.
Easy E.
The worst
of all time.
Easy as in easy to bribe to lose the game.
It might go from worst to first.
Yeah,
better.
Well, let me ask you this.
First, at least top 5.
That Evero was bought and paid for some of these games.
Let me say something real quick. What I don't want to hear is if we start out and the defense doesn't look good, what I don't want to hear is, oh, they're just a bunch of young players. How can you expect them to be difference makers right off the bat? No, I'm not trying to hear that, bro.
Easy E.
We gave them two edge rushers, and Nick Scorton and Prince Yumila.
The edge rushers they wanted. Add that. They wanted these guys.
Defense would be lit.
Bobby Brown, Cam Jackson. Keep going, sir. You ain't done.
Back.
Hershon
Defense is going to be just fine.
Hershon Morton, Trevon Moore. Like, there are no more.
Patrick Jones.
There are no more excuses for Patrick. For Jaire Alexander.
Easy.
Let me clarify something I said on Spaces, and I know C-Dog and G don't often Twitter Spaces, so I'll repeat this, okay? And listen, what I hope for, I hope Evero comes out and plays excellent. I mean, not so good. He gets the head coach. I don't want that. I want him to play. I want him to play. I want him to do so good that we offer him a contract. And then I want him to do super excellent next year, so some dumbass will hire him as a head coach. And that way we get 2 third-round picks. That's what I want. That's my game.
Pickle.
Now,
Look,
if he struggles at all in anything, I wouldn't even offer him. You know what? When they collect the paychecks or the uniforms at the end of the year, I'd take his key card and I'd say, "You going about life, brother."
Oh man.
Are you done? Now let me say this.
Food shooter never do.
For all the Bryce Young and goddamn Easy E haters. When Bryce Young come out here.
See, no, you
this season, and real quick, before I get started. Hold on, let me finish, man.
Let him finish.
Before I get started, everybody know. Whenever you're done, sir. Whenever you're done, sir.
I want to know when did you stop fucking hating Bryce?
Let him finish. Let him finish.
Too much,
Motherfucker.
Now,
let him finish.
Everybody knows.
Come on over, C-Dog. I've been knowing you was trying to come over to this train, my dog. I'm open arms, C-Dog. I'm open arms. I ain't gonna treat you like shit,
Hold on. Check me out, JB. I wasn't a Bryce fan, but after he got bent last year, he started playing better. He was confident. He was happy. You know what I'm
This shit
saying?
sound crazy.
He had a pocket presence. So I just gotta say that, he had some real big throws too, So, but man, like I said, if Bryce come out here this season, game one, real quick, game one, I will be in Duval. If anybody gonna be at game.
Can I just say though? Hold up. Can I just say it's wild that C-Dog went from one of the biggest Bryce haters to now he believes in him more than I do, bro.
Hey, he's allowed
that's
to.
fine, Cody. Leave C-Dog alone. Hey, no, leave my nigga alone. No, we ain't gonna do that to C-Dog. Hey, C-Dog, come on over to the family, bruh. I'm open arms for you, brother. Come on, G. You're more than welcome, brother.
You just Bryce Young very first game. I was there. You know what I'm saying? I was there. I live here in Georgia. I was there. He played like shit. Then I get the game against the Jaguars. Last time 2 years ago.
Whatever, man.
2 years ago when we played against the Jaguars.
He sounds
What's good?
So come on here yelling at every damn body about this Bryce Young shit, and now
let me welcome in Chooks.
Fuck out of here with this shit.
Hey, Twan, don't be doing all that. Hey, Twan, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Tyler Perry, bro.
2 years ago, when we played the Jaguars, we lost to the Jaguars.
Hold up, let me introduce my man Chooks. What's up, Chooks?
What's going good, man? Calling in from DMV area here for work. How's everybody?
Doing good, man. How are you, man?
That's Chocolate City.
I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm in Chocolate City right now. Hey, look, man. Look. All I'm gonna say is this is the year. You know what I'm saying? It is still weird to me if you're a Panthers fan and you're rooting for Bryce to not succeed. To me, you're not a Panthers fan. That's simple to me.
Tell him.
Because it doesn't make any sense. It's not making any sense. You want the Panthers. You want the Panthers to do well, but you want Bryce to fail. That means the Panthers don't do well. It makes no fucking sense whatsoever.
I gotta say something because I gotta get out of here. Chuck, listen. You are an asshole if you're rooting for anybody on the team to fail.
True.
And it got shit to do with Bryce Young. It's anybody.
Right. Everybody. Yes, you're right.
Hey, you see how Twan twist that shit?
You got see this motherfucker G-Babe over here want everybody to be to love Bryce Young, but he don't love half the motherfuckers on the team though.
Hey, Twan, that ain't true, bro. Don't do that, Twan. Don't do that, G.
How is that? So you want Bryce to have the leeway that you're not willing to give XL?
Hold on. Let me address that though, Twan, because I've told everyone this. I gave Jonathan Mingo 2 years. I'm giving XL another year. This is his year.
So we all agree Mingo was trash. Nobody denied that. He was garbage.
DJ Shark, you included him as well.
It can't be no one player. If we out here saying this person and that, look, we can't even show love for fucking. And I'm not saying you have to for Chuba Hubbard that gets better every year. I mean, Skill said he finished 8th. And he missed games. What? You can't be top 10 and be average. So it's how about we feel that way about all our players? You know what I'm saying? I'm getting sick of this shit, man. Some of y'all motherfuckers say the dumbest shit.
I feel you, Twan.
Get on 100% or get your 57% ass the fuck on to go root for another team.
Okay, let me ask you a question, Twan.
Cody, I got to go, man.
Okay, you got to go. But Dave Canals holds everybody accountable. If you bench Bryce, why can't XL be benched? If he does the same shit. You feel me? Everybody got to be held accountable. XL got to be improved. You know what I'm saying?
Man, XL
you have to improve.
Send his ass to fucking Hollywood. He's the bougiest country nigga I've ever seen in my entire life, bro. He would rather look good for the fucking cameras than fucking be on the field and try and practice and work on his fucking craft.
I thought you were going to hate, C-Dog. I thought you were going to hate, C-Dog. I thought you were going to hate. He came out of you that quick. Damn.
Can't stand XL, bro.
Man,
XL was so fucking humble during the draft. He got that bag, and look, man, come on, bro. I know, man.
Said he can't stand his own
complete
players on his
setup.
team, bro.
Twan got you, bro. Twan got you that quick.
Bro, G-Baby. Bro, you can't. Now, I'm going to hold you accountable, bro. You can't say that shit at XL and get mad if people say this shit about Bryce Young. You can't
I get it. I get it, bro.
You can't do
that, bro. XLB, man. XL. Oh my God, man.
Whoa, time out.
Hold on.
Time out. Listen. Y'all know I disagree a lot with what G-Baby and C-Dog say. But let's be real. You can't criticize G-Baby for his extra love of Bryce Young and for his so-called disrespect or dislike of XL and not quote every other Panther fan that's done the same damn thing.
I'm talking about all of them. I'm talking about all of them.
A lot of fans would drag Bryce Young through the mud the last couple of years and hype up another player. This player, it wasn't his fault. His quarterback sucked. The hell it wasn't.
Yeah.
He's unemployed right now.
When the team
Let me
loses,
ask you, hold on. Pickle. Yes, I can do that because how many games did XL cause us to lose? We can say a lot,
actually.
A lot.
And at least two I know of.
Two. That was
At
it.
least two I know of.
And how many games? Hold on. What was our record? How many wins do we have? Because
We had 5 wins.
Y'all love Chuba. Chuba caused us the fumble, right? That's one game. So
Right,
SL
exactly.
gave us 2.
Right.
But we played how many games? 17.
Right.
Bryce got benched for 2. How many games he got benched for? For 5.
Right. And
So
how many?
collectively as a team, they lost together.
I was always
They lost and they won together because no matter what people
some of
want
these guys want
to
a
hype
rookie.
up,
My
no matter
point
how much
is-
some people want to hype up Andy Dalton did a crappy job replacing Bryce.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did.
At the end of
Yes,
the
he
day.
did, Pickle. Yeah,
At
I'll
the
be real,
end
Pickle.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
absolutely
did.
did.
Other than that one game,
But
other
to
than that
start,
one
he
game,
was all right.
My
To start,
point
he
is-
was bad.
The game against the Raiders and you know what?
and that's
The
it.
Tennessee High School could have beat the Raiders that day.
Jesus
Well,
Christ, Pickle.
I was always taught that you win together and your ass lose together. It ain't no. You can't call out no one guy. Yeah, you can't call out one guy when you lose because you got to look back and look at all the shit you didn't do right. So I ain't gonna blame. I ain't gonna blame Bryce for us losing. It was the whole fucking team, bro.
Right,
It wasn't always him. It was the whole. And you heard me say this before, G baby. It wasn't all Bryce. The team sucked, and they put a lot of bad people around them.
Hey, look, he didn't show up either. But I promise you, in that Eagles game, we wouldn't have got up that field if SL didn't catch that ball on the sideline.
There's enough blame.
Somebody has to go around, Cody.
You right. Who's in the red zone?
Hold on. Bryce Young. Listen, I was at the home opener versus the Chargers. Bryce Young played fucking terrible. He deserved every bit of the benching that he received. However, I can also say that was the best thing that ever happened to him, because then he learned, hey, bro, nothing is entitled to do. You have to go out there and earn this shit. And then he's trying to do that. So
I told Twan That was the most stupidest quarterback play I ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
Against the Chargers. I was like, bro, I'm done. But you can bounce back, though. You can bounce back.
You can always bounce back. Yeah,
he got this shit. He got this shit to do it. That's
why.
But
that's why. Yeah, I agree. That's why.
I don't talk about Bryce no more.
I feel like I'm being fair. This is the year where Bryce Young proves himself to either be the future or just the present. I want him to be both of them.
And hopefully proves himself to be the future, man.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm rooting for him.
It's a new year. Everything's
But he has
fresh.
to prove it. He has to prove it. XL has to prove it. Everyone has to prove it, man.
Hey, I hope because of MVP in the future. Shit.
They gotta buy into each other, man. They gotta all buy into each other.
So everybody,
Hold on. Let me address Jake real quick. Hold on. Let me address Jake. Jake, my dog. I don't want another MVP before a Super Bowl. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. I definitely right. I want the chip. I want the chip over anything.
I agree with that.
Jake, you got to take that hat off.
I really do agree with that, man. I agree with you, Pop.
So how many?
I don't want another MVP before I win a Super Bowl.
How many wins?
They give out the MVP award before the
MVP. Our last MVP did go to the Super Bowl.
The next Super Bowl that we go to, we gotta win it. I mean, I can't.
I can't take a third one, bro. You right? Ain't no way.
I get what you're saying, G baby, but I'd rather nobody be on the damn team be a MVP. I want the chip first.
I don't know about that.
I don't need
the chip first. Of course, I want the chip first.
That stuff don't matter to me. I need a chip.
You happen to have an MVP. You don't be mad at it.
You had a food line VIP. You can park in VIP. You have a selection in the club VIP. I don't care what. I don't need nothing but
Super
a chip.
Club.
Bro, to be honest, man.
Are we going in the right direction if we have an MVP on the team?
Somebody's got to be playing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Not in Carolina Panthers, because all we can do is say that person did his 1 of 11. Cam told you that.
No, but we went to the Super Bowl.
I got a card.
Hey man, hey, Cam Newton, not this shit, man. I bite my gut. I beat myself. Cam Newton, that's your goddamn mouth, man.
Go ahead, baby.
I got a card in my wallet that says I'm an MVP. Now I take that to the grocery store and I'll get selected 1% off of selected items with that MVP, and that shit I never eat. So what the fuck does it give me any good?
So don't buy it.
If we suck and we not go to the Super Bowl, why the hell do I need an MVP?
Stop buying shit because it's cheaper.
I mean, if you give me an MVP wide receiver and I can't win to the playoffs, what the hell does it matter? I'm gonna throw a team out there that somewhere is gonna hate me talking about. The Baltimore Ravens. They've got an MVP quarterback. They can't win in the playoffs. What does it matter?
Same for the Bills.
The Bills. You're right.
Hold on, Pickle. What the Lamar Jackson fault? Hold on. Talking about real quick.
Mark Andrews did drop the ball.
Hold on. You got the number 1 offense in the league. You got Lamar Jackson, one of the best rushing quarterbacks in the league. Hold on, let me finish, sir. Then you have one of the universal best running backs in the game right now, in Derrick Henry, who's 6'3" and 250. You throw the ball. That's dumbass coaching. Don't nobody ever bring up his fucking coach. No. No, why it is snowing, but you don't throw the fucking ball in the snow. Fuck that. Run the ball, read option, or give the ball to fucking King Henry. Lose the goddamn ball game like that. You got to overthinking this shit. Nah, fuck that. They don't got that Lamar Jackson. If I was Lamar Jackson, they should have called a fucking audible out that bullshit and get the ball to goddamn King Henry.
I don't think that he was blaming Lamar. I think he was saying that.
I'm not blaming Lamar. I'm telling you fact to fact. You lose as a team, you win as a team. All right? Lamar Jackson didn't come out and throw anybody under the bus. I'm not going to. Fact.
He did. Same thing when Russell Wilson threw the interception in the Super Bowl. You get them on the goddamn beast mode.
You're missing this,
means nothing. The MVP is just an overhyped stat by the NFL to put a guy up on a roster.
Popularity award.
Hell no.
It's a popularity award.
It's a popularity contest.
Yeah, it's a
that means
popularity
very
award.
little to real NFL. The Pro Bowl is all about better contracts. That's all it's about. The MVP is useless in the league.
Go ahead, Pop.
I got a question for all of y'all on here, and nobody's going to be excluded. And C-Dog, we can start with you because you're the most passionate about XL. You said you're going down to Duval.
Yes,
and
sir.
everybody
I will
on
be down
here,
there.
this is probably the most exciting time or the most exciting we have been after watching our teams do what they did. What jersey is definitely on your list? The one that you're going to get and the one you're potentially going to get. I'm gonna start with me. Jersey. And I gotta get him because I love the underdog. But go ahead, C-Dog.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. If anybody jersey I would get, the first person jersey I would get, and I don't know, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, I gotta see, man. I ain't bought no jersey since we had Kuechly, Greg Olsen, and Cam Newton. You know what I'm saying? So somebody really gotta show me for me to spend my money. But I have real confidence in Jalen Coker. So Jalen Coker
That is cap because you taking your ass all the way to Duval to go watch the damn game. So they ain't got to make you spend your money. You going all the way there. You could have bought that jersey and watch it on the couch and save more money doing that. So stop the cap. Start over, C-Dog.
Like I said, if I would not have a Coker jersey on game one. But if I was to buy a new jersey, the first jersey I would get is the Jalen Coker jersey.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
And I'm gonna go next, bro. There's no way, especially if we have a good year this year, bro. It has to be Robert Hunt. Robert Hunt, bro.
That'd
That
be
dude
a
is
good
a
jersey too.
beast.
Don't have too many opportunities to get a good old lineman jersey.
Yeah,
good opportunity to do it.
Hey man, let me welcome my brother JD back on the free for all. JD, what's up, bro?
What's good, man? How y'all been?
Doing good, brother. Happy to have you back, man.
What's on, JB?
What's good?
What's going on, man?
Hey man, what's about to be the next jersey that you buy on the Carolina Panthers, bro?
Yeah, it's a given. I'm out here in Hawaii, man. It would have to be McMurray. It would have to be that
Yes, sir.
blue. It would have to be McMurray.
Man, you just trying to get your booty count up, bro. That's all you trying to do. Stop. I know that play. Stop.
I'm married. I already got mine. I'm good. She's in the living room right now. She's in the living room right now. Probably rolling her eyes because I'm on the podcast talking about football again. So, yeah, man.
Slide.
Oh, real quick, hey, let me take that back, man. Real quick, man. I get goddamn Jimmy Horn jersey, man. Jimmy Horn ain't goddamn Coker, man.
That'd be a low key good one to have.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Horn got them gonna ball out, man. I fuck with Jimmy Horn. I think he got them gonna come in here and got them light some shit up. So I'll give me a Jimmy Horn jersey. I fuck with him. He came from goddamn Buffalo. He fuck with goddamn Deion prime time. I fuck with him. Let's go.
I think I'm gonna get Derek Brown.
I get Derek Brown too.
I think that's gonna be the next jersey I get, honestly. And eventually it's gonna be Bryce Young as well. That's gonna be the two jerseys. It's gonna be Derek Brown and Bryce Young.
Let me say that if we come out start this season right here 5-0, I'm going to get me a Bryce Young jersey. Goddamn it! We start this season 5-0, I'm going to get it.
I'd like to get two jerseys. If we win the Super Bowl, I'm gonna get two jerseys. One of them is going to be Nick Scorton. I like that man.
Yes, sir.
The second jersey is going to be the best center on the Panthers, Kane Mays. Yeah, that's my
Woo! Christ, Pickle. You're not lying, though.
Okay, mate.
Hey, man.
Cody, it's easy for me. I'm getting JC Horn. Next jersey I get, undoubtedly.
JC Horn. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cade Mays needs to worry about fucking staying off his fucking back off fucking training camp like he was fucking last year, bro. Shit pisses me off.
Oh, G baby. No Cade Mays disrespect me.
Oh, here we go.
Training camp on his back last year, bro.
His player, it's your turn.
Here we go.
And
when he came in the game last year, he fucking balled.
Bryce
He
Young,
balled out.
he got benched, and later on they put him back in, and he did
And
great.
he balled.
Just like Bryce Young.
He balled.
Exactly like Bryce Young.
He balled. So Cade Mays is my starting center.
Yep.
Me personally.
Yep, mine
and really, y'all need to do y'all research. Cade Mays was a 5-star recruit coming out of high school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep my 5-star center who's young and we don't gotta pay him right now. You know, keep him. And if Taylor Moton retired, we can move goddamn Brady Christensen to right tackle. But me personally, I would rather move Brady Christensen at left tackle because when Brady Christensen played left tackle last year, same way with Cade Mays played center, man, the offense it didn't fall off. The offensive line.
See, now C-Dog's cooking. He's cooking now, Cody.
I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth.
What are you doing with Icky? What are you doing with Icky if you move Brady to the left side? What are you doing with Icky?
Moving to right.
Moving to right tackle.
Moving to goddamn guard.
That's the problem. Like when BC was brought in, I will always remember that Cody was the one who was pushing the agenda years back that they should have put BC at left tackle and tried Icky at left guard. You might have had a very damn good offensive line a few years ago, but ruling company couldn't get their head out their ass.
Couldn't evaluate is what you're trying to say. They could not evaluate the talent. And Cody's
Yes.
been saying this for years.
Yes. Everything that you do as a general manager and as a coach is evaluating talent. You have to evaluate your own team before you evaluate anyone else. And the fact that we never gave Brady a chance at left tackle, that is a failure of evaluation. Period.
On the part of Matt Rule, he's not here no more.
Man, I'm not really big on Icky being my little tackle. That's just C-Dog personally.
Same. He has to prove it this year, man.
His
Him
only
and
issue
Bryce
last
have to
year
prove.
was in penalties, man. He didn't play he didn't give up the defensive lineman going right past him or nothing.
No, he's not good. We got that. No,
Yeah, big improvement, Jake.
I think it was mainly penalties.
You big on Icky if you like running the ball.
Here's the thing.
If you go look at the tape last year when Brady Christensen
We all
played
looked at the
left tackle. Man, I'm telling you, man, that nigga is he's just a natural tackle, dog. And he got his footwork, all that shit, man.
I mean, I would be fine. I'm fine with keeping Icky at the left tackle and putting Brady Christensen at the right tackle. After
I'm good with the offensive line as it's currently constructed, especially considering all the success that they had last year. But here's the beautiful thing about this team and the expectations for that 53-man roster. Anybody who struggles for whatever reason, if it's a skill issue or maybe you're just going through it mentally and you need some time to get your shit together, hopefully you can figure it out very soon, because you look at the wide receiver group, you look at that offensive line group. Bryce is the starting quarterback, but even Bryce can't rest on any laurels. You look over on the defensive side of the ball, you look at the starting pass rushers with Wanham, Jones. You're expected to be starters, but look at the guys that are behind you. Slip up if you want to, slip up because of whatever reason. Skills ain't where they supposed to be. There are guys that are hungry behind all the expected starters. If a XL, who I have supreme confidence in, like I watched him at South Carolina, I saw what a confident Xavier Legette looks like. I'm fairly certain that if you see a confident Xavier Legette throughout the season, there's going to be no griping about how he plays or what he was doing in the offseason. If you see Legette on the field smiling, it's going to be a problem for the opposing team. The thing is if any player on this roster is struggling at any position, they've built this team to actually be competitive. So if the starter is struggling, the guy right behind him is ready to step in. Like defensively and offensively, we have a team that's actually well put together. So,
Amen to that too. Man, Dan Morgan built a goddamn squad, man. I've also got them excited, man. I can't wait to week one, man.
I remember what Zavala. I remember what Zavala looked like his rookie season. I remember what Zavala looked like his rookie season, and I forgot that Zavala got playing time last year, and there was no drop off on that offensive line.
That's a good problem.
Real quick. One shout out to Real HGT says jerseys I got it. Cam, Smitty, Luke, Leggett, Horn, and Bryce. That's quite the collection, bro. And also shout out to Alex Britt Panther. Wanted us to give him a shout out since he wasn't able to join the show. We appreciate you, brother. Oh, and Forest City Kitty says, show Hunter Champ Renfro some respect. That's
walk
right.
on. Clemson walk on great.
Right.
Let's go.
Hey, the Panthers, bro. I'm not worried about the
jersey
offense,
selection.
man.
What's your jersey selection? See the G baby. You're already up talking. Let me see it.
Oh, I already got Bryce. I got Cam. I got Smitty. I got Christian McCaffrey. But my next jersey, it's gotta be fucking Jalen Coker, or it's gotta be Jimmy Horn. I like Jimmy Horn. I like JT Sanders. I can't forget my boy Jatavion Sanders. But if I was gonna do one jersey on the defensive side of the ball, bro, I gotta pick my dog Trevin Wallace, dog. That dude's gonna be mean this year, man. I expect big things from Trevin Wallace, dog.
Yeah,
that's John Beeson reincarnated, dog.
He changed his number though, man. He changed his number to 32.
Defensively, I would have to go with Charles Smith Wade.
Oh, he changed it back to his Kentucky number 32.
Hell yeah.
Okay, hey, I like that. Okay.
I'm trying to find a 56 jersey.
I like that 32 though. That 32 clean. That's my pops number. I like that 32 though.
Yeah, that college shit though, man.
Yeah, that was my pops number 2. That's what's up.
Cole, you had some doubts about Trevin Wallace. Why is that, bro?
Well, don't ask me that. You know I got quite.
No, I want to know because you've been talking that cold cash money shit against my dog, bro.
Trevin Wallace a beast. What you talking about?
Trevin Wallace, that's John Beeson reincarnated. I'm telling you,
baby, you are smoking motherfucking crack rocks if you think Trevin Wallace is going to be like John Beeson.
I promise you, he plays just like him, dog.
He will be. Trevin Wallace will be sideline this year, sir.
Yeah.
With big Derek Brown up there, with big Alshon Robinson up there, with big Bobby Brown up there. but Luke Kuechly won his defensive player of the year. He gave a shout out to goddamn KK and motherfucking Star because he can go sideline to sideline. God damn it!
But that's the problem though, C-Dog. Because I've been you can hear me on Black Cat. I was the one talking about. And I predicted this. I said Trevin Wallace will be starting way earlier than he should do because I don't believe in Shaq Thompson's health. And what happened? Trevin Wallace got in the game. The problem
I'm glad he did though, Pop. I'm glad he did though. I'm glad he was thrown into the fire like that though, G. He got his feet wet in his rookie season, G. I ain't got to worry about that this year.
It pushed him a little earlier, but I need him to have. You know how Mario got Luigi? Who is his Luigi, bro?
I agree.
I'm not a big believer in Josie Jewell. I like him.
Man, Josie Jewell, he gonna be on the bench, man. Number 41 gonna be playing. What's his name? DJ what?
Can I interest anybody in a Namora? Right?
Yes, you fucking can.
Absolutely. Undrafted free agent, dude. Yeah.
Undrafted free agent. Namora.
I don't see him start number 2 rookies who play. They both got game reps last season.
I don't expect Namora to get any starting reps immediately, but if you want to talk about finding a player that could, I guess you would say Frankie Louvu-esque, the way that I've joked with my old man and stuff about it.
Frankie Louvu wasn't no middle linebacker though.
But that's the thing. I'm talking about the style of play, the intensity in which they play. If you ever at any point in the future see Namora, Ransom, and Morig on the field, it's only a matter of time before you get an unnecessary roughness penalty because of the way those three dudes hit people.
Talk.
Like,
what's gonna happen, bro?
Man,
bro, I'm telling you, if you haven't looked up Namora's college film, go look at how they made
Trevin Wallace is not like that.
Dude, Cole, stop it. Cole, stop that.
Trevin Wallace's bitch ass is getting run over.
Can I have
it? I don't want to hear it.
Hold on.
I want to hear from Cole himself why he is not feeling Trevor Wallace. Why?
Yeah.
Because he does not live up to my standards that I uphold for our Carolina Panthers linebacker, regardless if he's a rookie or not. He doesn't do anything great. He is not a good run stopper. He is not a good pass coverage. And there's absolutely no reason to slide on this man whatsoever. And you know my personal sentiment of us skipping over a better middle linebacker who won all the awards in college, regardless of his fucking knee condition. We skipped over him twice for that man, and we fucked up when we did it. And we paired him with Josie Jewell, which is an even worse decision. They are a terrible duo together. My personal opinion.
Hold on. Okay, Cole. Hold on, Cole. You had Evero, who wanted Josie Jewell, who played underneath his.
Well, I hate him regardless. So you ain't have to
hold on. Well, hey, that's what happens, right? You had a linebacker here who got hurt, and you threw a 4th round pick in there who had to pick up the slack. So are you once again a rookie? A rookie who was not supposed to even be playing. He was really supposed to be used special teams, learning the system.
He
and
played
then
good.
I'm talking
about. He played good.
So he had to pick up the slack for somebody who couldn't stay healthy and a defensive coach who don't know how to call the right defenses.
Both of those things
in his scheme.
They gave him the green dot. They gave him the green dot as a rookie.
I ain't trying to tag you in. I got this. I think you got to give him a little more breathing room, brother.
Sam.
A little more
and
breathing room,
bro. And also,
even with
a
4th round pick to come in here to be a starter. He wasn't supposed to be a starter.
He also
the linebacker position, especially with the way that Luke and those that came before him, the great linebackers that the Panthers have had on their squad, they played the position at a level that is hard to.
Luke Kuechly had motherfuckers in front of him. Trevor Wallace
that's the point I was trying to make. When you look at the improvements that the Panthers made in this offseason to their defensive line, to Sean Warden, Bobby Brown, and get Derek Brown back, the linebacking play behind them 3 dudes is going to look better. If Wallace is going to take a step forward, Jewell's going to look better.
Let me get in this, man. Let me get in this real quick because Cole, you lost your fucking mind with this shit.
Joe's gonna be on the bench, man. It's gonna be goddamn Trevor Wallace and number 41.
Show me where he's a good run blocker.
His name is.
Show me him getting off blocks.
Cole, check it, G. This is Dan Morgan's guy, G. Dan Morgan. If not, I would put Dan Morgan the 2nd greatest linebacker in Carolina history. Actually, no, 3rd. I'm going to put him behind Luke Kuechly and Thomas Davis, bro, in my personal opinion.
No, it's Luke Kuechly. This is Dan Morgan.
I lied, bro. I continue to lie. It's Luke Kuechly, it's John Beeson, it's Thomas Davis, and then it's fucking Dan Morgan, bro. John Beeson was fucking amazing, bro. With my own eyes, he was the greatest linebacker I've ever seen before.
Dan Morgan, dog. Dan Morgan still got the tackle record in the Super Bowl, sir.
Yeah, he does. So and not only did Dan Morgan got the approval of Lufu Tupu, the linebacker from fucking Seattle, that all-pro linebacker back in the day.
I know who you're talking about, yeah.
He said that was his number 1 linebacker coming out of the draft as well. So trust me, bro, I'm going to take 2 all-pro linebackers' advice, and I'm going to go off of what my eyes see on Trevin Wallace, bro. I need you to come along and join this train, G, because this is a big year for Wallace. It's a big year.
Bobby Brown in the middle. Derek Brown coming back healthy is going to make all our linebackers play better.
Oh, yes. I keep forgetting about Derek Brown. Derek Brown has been gone for so long to the point where I'm just like, damn, bro, we are actually going to have Derek Brown come back this year. In my opinion, the best defensive player on our defense is about to come back to our defense and make an impact. Yeah, of course that's going to fucking affect our fucking linebackers, okay? Like, come on now. But the scariest part about our entire team is the fucking secondary, bro. We do not believe in drafting fucking safeties. I feel like we have the worst secondary in the NFL. Besides J.C. Horn, what do we have in the secondary, bro? Because I don't believe in Moore. Come on.
You don't like Lathan Ransom either? You don't like
No,
Latham?
I don't like Latham. I don't. This is a passing league. Not in coverage. Not his coverage.
Sir, he can cover anything for short tackler.
No, he can tackle, bro. He can tackle, but when it comes to covering wide receivers, he's not good, bro.
And Collins, he was covering tight ends, dog.
In man coverage,
every receiver to the slot.
In man coverage, Ransom wasn't good. In zone coverage, he was. At
my
Ohio State,
God.
they kept lining him up at the nickel position, and that's backed up by stats. That's backed up by analytics.
And he was goddamn beating motherfuckers up. Y'all tripping, man. This defense is gonna be just goddamn fine. Hold on. And we got Demai Richardson. Y'all forget Demai Richardson. It's a game last year. He led the defense and got them tackles as a goddamn undrafted rookie. Stop that shit, man.
I agree.
Goddamn dog, man. We ain't got nothing but goddamn dog. Hold on, man. Damn, Morgan.
We need a vet. We need a vet, though,
Hold on, man.
We need a vet, brother. We need a vet, G.
Let me just say something.
You better get Justin Simmons.
Hold on, let me just say something, man. The fact that Dan Morgan didn't draft the middle linebacker, let you know we already sit at middle linebacker.
Ransom is playing, taking most of the snaps.
Dan Morgan bought it nothing but fucking dog. Sean Smith, Wade, and Trevor Wallace both got them reps last year. And J.C. Horn came out and said that goddamn Sean Smith Wade look like a goddamn beast out there. But J.C. Horn to come out there and say that about that goddamn second year, man, I let you know, man. Goddamn, hey, man, I'm ready, man. Hey, for all you goddamn doubters for goddamn this defense and goddamn Bryce Young, hey, we're gonna remember this shit, man. Like, I don't know what old buddy be saying. If you don't want to goddamn get on this goddamn ride right now and get the fuck off, man. Goddamn it, you ain't gotta be in here. Shit, we ready, man. We fucking back, man. We fucking back, man. Keep goddamn pounding, man.
You pounding, brother. So, hey, I wanted to bring this up before we get out of the show. I know D's wanted me to show this. To me, if you want to know why the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win this division every single year, boys, it's very simple. They draft better than everyone in the division by a mile. Look at how many players on their team was drafted by the Buccaneers. They're not even having to do a bunch in free agency. They are killing this free agent shit by not having to be active because they draft better than everyone else. Now, I don't really have that much of a question, but what I'm saying is, can the Panthers become this by continuing to draft well under Dan Morgan? And these other people on this too.
We are, Cody. We're doing it right now, Cody. I don't mean to cut you off. We're doing that shit right now. Dan Morgan is on their ass right now. Goddamn it. We on their ass, man. Everybody in the end of goddamn C-South, we on their motherfucking ass, man. The fuck.
Yeah, but where's all the guys from the Scott Fitterer era, C-Dog? You know what I mean? They all got cut. That's the problem with the team. Like, we brought in two regimes. They cut all the players on defense that were supposed to be growing and developing. Just like Trevin Wallace that we're just talking about. We need him to grow and develop. It takes time. And getting him in the game and getting those reps really helped. And that's a good thing for the future, like y'all were talking about. But what we did in the past has been a recipe for disaster. And we keep bringing in these free agents, expecting them to make the difference on a team, but it's like a patchwork quilt that doesn't quite fit together. And we need to follow more in line with what Tampa Bay has done with drafting well and drafting consistently and putting together the pieces moving forward for these Carolina Panthers. I do agree with you. I think Dan Morgan is starting to do that. But what we did the previous 5 years has been the problem. We cut all those guys. We didn't give them a chance to play. We didn't give them a chance to grow and develop. And it's just like we were talking about with Jaire Alexander. Well, bringing him in, yes, would improve our roster. Yes, he would be better than the guys we have now, and I get that. But at some point, just let the young guys play and let this defense sort it out. In a year like this year that we're going into, where it's the last year of a contract for Eazy-E, as you call him, just let him play the young guys, and let's see who we really have. what we really have in those players. Are they worth keeping, or do we need to bring in veterans
Absolutely
to replace
not.
them?
Absolutely not, bro.
You
Fuck
are
them
the
young motherfuckers, man.
You always say that we need to draft and grow this team from the draft. G-Baby, please explain to me what you mean so I understand.
Bro, Latham Ransom and Charles Smith-Wade and Monty Richardson are not ready. They're not ready.
Man, hold. D-Baby, I just told you this motherfucker led the goddamn team in tackles last year in one game.
I'm going to give you a scenario, dog. I'm going to give you a scenario.
Ready, sir.
J.C. Horn has put together one fucking healthy season, okay? If J.C. Horn, hypothetically, let's just say he goes down, what else do we have?
We got Smith-Wade. We got other goddamn DBs.
Bro, that ain't shit, nigga.
That's a fact.
That ain't nothing,
look, this is not like when we got the fiddle and got that Matt Rule, man. That time is over with, man. We are good, man. We are solid. JC got the look. JC got the was healthy last season, man.
G-Baby right, bro. G-Baby right, C-Dog. For real. G-Baby right.
Man, we're gonna be just fine, man. I'm not worried.
But
we didn't need Jaire. If you bring in Jaire, he gonna take reps from somebody else.
Yeah,
come on, man. We don't need him.
It's more about what you're trying to do right now.
We can't have him anyway, so it's not about having Jaire Alexander. It's not about him. But C-Dog is absolutely correct.
He didn't want to come here. But at the same time, though, you can't have a.
G-Baby was absolutely correct. My bad.
But you can't have a stud at every position.
I'm not saying a stud, Pickle. I just want a good vet back there. A vet that knows his shit, that can communicate with each corner, with the nickel, with the safety. That's all I'm saying.
Let Pickle go.
Listen, I believe. Listen, you don't think Dan Morgan don't know this? You don't think there's going to be opportunities between now and week 1 to fill a 4th corner spot? Because I know, listen, that's all they're interested in doing. I'm sorry, they believe in Charles Smith-Wade to be that nickel guy. They're not, and if they didn't want Mike Jackson to start, they would have found another starter. But they're all right with Mike Jackson starting, and they're all right with Charles Smith-Wade being the nickel, and whoever they bring in is going to play a 4th or depth. That's it. They're not replacing Mike Jack or Charles Smith-Wade on the depth chart. No matter how much fans want that to happen, they're not doing it. And about this chart, I hope Jordan Fuller starts the Falcons.
If I can add to that also with player development, this is a problem the Panthers have had in years past. You bring in a player thinking that guy is going to do something for the team that they either aren't capable of, or you overthink how talented the defense or offense might be. So you go out, you get that player, you give up whatever you give up to get him, and there may have been a guy on the roster who needed those reps to get better, and that player doesn't have an impact on the team. So then you just wasted resources to bring in a guy. Like, why? The team currently, as it's constructed, you have young talent that needs to go out there and make a name for themselves. This is how, and I could be overselling it myself, but you look at the Eagles team. This is where I had an issue with what Pickle was just saying. Show me a defense that has nothing but studs from the top to the bottom. Eagles.
Hold on, that's different. That's different, JD. That's different, bro.
The Eagles drafted well. They developed the guys they have on the defensive side of the ball. So I can understand wanting to improve the team. Say again?
That's the premise of this topic. That's why he put Tampa up there, because Tampa is ahead of us because they've been drafting well for years. And Eagles have been drafting.
Fuck all that. It don't matter, man. We got that.
Let him finish.
Shut up, man. We on that. Tampa ain't shit, man.
Let him finish. Go ahead, Pop.
When the last time we swept the Buccaneers?
We might sweep their ass this year.
But see, that's the thing, because you're now figuring out we finally look like we're doing something right. It's been years with all the transgressions that's been happening in the front office, down to the players. See, my mama told me one thing a long time ago when I was a kid. You don't force when you're doing a puzzle, You don't force a piece of the puzzle. You don't force it. It should automatically fix. And they're looking like they're doing it now. They're looking like they're finding the pieces that fit the puzzle. We're just doing that now. Tampa Bay has been ahead of us doing that. It didn't take them quarterback. Hold on.
I'm smoking on that Tampa Bay pat right now, nigga.
A piece. I'm gonna give you a prime example of a piece. When Tom Brady left, what did they do? They went and got Baker Mayfield. Right off our roster, they went and got Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
That was just a piece. They didn't have to force it. It fit.
Yeah, fuck Baker Mayfield, nigga. He ain't right.
It doesn't matter. You don't listen. You don't have to like the fucking name.
I agree. I agree.
The outcome is the outcome. They have been running the South for 4 years.
That's same energy, man.
Hold up. Time out. I want to say that. How is this even controversial? That the best teams draft the best, and they don't even need free agency because they are drafting.
You build through the goddamn draft.
Yes. Right? Like I don't understand.
I've said it for years.
Controversial.
That's a fact.
Who did the Eagles get?
But still, then Tampa Bay.
The linebacker that the Eagles got this draft. I was pissed off that he went to them. Like how?
It don't matter. They got another linebacker behind him. That is like the point y'all missing is that they have a organization, a GM, a scout team that has been there together for years, for a couple of years now. They've lost maybe a coach here and there. They might have lost this, that, and other. But as far as they have been GMing their balls off for the last couple of years.
Can I ask a question real quick, bro?
Hold on. Yes, but we just let go of our health squad. The people that take care of your players, we just fired them and got a new one. So where's the consistency? We also fired who else? A lot of other coaches. And brought us from the Rams. We don't have consistency yet, but they're trending in the right direction as far as having consistency. Because when players can't stay healthy, they start looking at like, man, what the hell going on? What is our staff doing when it comes to health? That ain't working. When you finally got everything rolling and going the right way, then you can say, okay, all right, now we're on to something.
Man, we are. Man, we got that David Tepper in the background. Shut the fuck up. How you know we got them on or something? Goddamn it.
So one year, we're drafting.
Yes, sir.
We're heading the right way.
Dan Morgan running this shit. Dan Morgan and the other motherfucker running this shit.
But see, dog, compared to the Tampa, they already know what they're doing, and they got a pattern now.
Man, fuck Tampa. We got Dan Morgan and that little motherfucker who's on goddamn blueprint. Goddamn, they running shit.
Well, for me, you're supplementing the team with free agency, and that's not what we've done over the last 7 seasons or whatever it has been. We're bringing in these guys free agency, and we're expecting them
free agents.
Right, they're retreads. Let's call them what they are. They're retreads. They're guys that were Pro Bowlers 2 or 3 years ago, and we're expecting them to return that form and start for the Carolina Panthers immediately. And that's not how it works. The competition is added through the draft, like we're all saying. We all agree on this, but the chart shows it clearly, and that's why I'm so glad that Cody shared it, because we haven't done that. We keep cutting those guys and not letting them grow and develop. And that's what needs to happen. That's where the competition happens. If you bring in a guy in free agency and he wins the job, that's great. But we should have that competition from the guys that we drafted naturally, especially with all these losing seasons. It doesn't make any sense that we drafted this high in the draft, top of the 2nd round, top of the 4th round, top of the 3rd round, and all these guys get cut. That's not how it should go. You shouldn't be bringing in retread free agents to start over those guys. They should be competing for the position. So at least we are, like y'all were saying, going in the right direction.
Can I
agree with you, because I do believe that a lot of us are saying the same things and just saying it in different ways, and people are taking offense or issue with the way we're saying it. But I think in the 2 all seasons that Morgan has had with this team, you saw the impact that the free agents had in Hunt and Lewis on the offensive side of the ball. We see the quality of the players that we brought in for the defensive side this year, along with the draft. Like, again, I'm a huge Leggett fan. I have the utmost faith and confidence in his abilities. But if Leggett is struggling, I'm not going to be upset with a Horn Jr. taking those reps and excelling, or a Coker taking those reps. If he ain't producing, you organically brought in guys, a Hunter Renfrow, put them out there. If you got a player, it doesn't matter where he was drafted. Because we also saw with our first round draft pick, our first overall pick from 3 years ago, how he struggled early this season. You stuck with it. You stuck with him, and he was able to get through that funk. Leggett had a bad year last year. There were other players. I look at the defensive side of the ball, and Damani Richardson, Charles Smith-Wade, undrafted free agent Damani, late round draft pick with Charles Smith-Wade, and I saw plays from those guys on a bad defense. That tells me that you're a good player, but the team as a whole is bad. So if I take this good player and surround him with other good players, the team should be better. So just off of logic tracking, Charles Smith-Wade looked good on a bad team. Damani Richardson looked good
gonna make
at
me
times.
lose my fucking mind. Stop saying that, JD. Stop
Bro,
that,
I'm just telling
JD.
you what I
always
saw.
fucking with you too, JD, but I'm not right here, G.
In 2014, our starting outside corners was Antonio Carson and Melvin White. Sitting on the bench was Bené Ben-Wickery, and that fifth corner spot, we had him on our roster 2 years. This odd guy named Josh Norman, and he couldn't start because they had old guys in front of him. He didn't have that opportunity because he had
No,
old guys in front of him.
no, that's not the truth, Pickle.
No, it is the truth. It is the
No,
truth.
it's not. That's not the
I
truth.
remember that.
That's not.
Josh
No,
Norman,
the truth
Josh
is,
Norman
no, that's not the truth.
I
Whenever you're done,
remember the story of Jay No got benched because he was freelancing out there on defense.
Yeah,
Yeah, preseason, real quick. No, sir. No, yeah, now I agree with you on that, Pickle, but let me tell you, now what? Now, Josh Norman, even his rookie year, this is what was going on with Josh Norman. Even his rookie year, if you watch every preseason, Josh Norman led the preseason interceptions every year. You know,
well, that might be nice, but I'm not talking about the preseason. I'm talking about this is October.
So you talking about when he got his opportunity, but I'm telling you why he wasn't starting. Because he was goddamn, he was out, out there freelancing in the preseason. Why he was on the goddamn bench? It wasn't because he was goddamn young. Shit.
I mean, we don't need you to go out there free styling, freelancing, free anything. We need you to know what you're supposed to do.
He was hard headed.
At the end of the day, and he was hard headed. So at the end of the day, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's what Steve Wilkes wanted him to do. You want to sit, you're gonna have to sit, because right now we need you to know what you need to do, what the protocol is. But at the end of the day, I don't have anything wrong with saying what it is, and the truth is the truth. Tampa Bay has been doing a great job drafting. Like I said, we look like we're trending, going the right way starting off now. Especially we're gonna be younger. So if these guys develop and turn into who we say they're going to turn into, it don't matter if we all like the same player or not. Hey, we just want to win. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, at the end of the day, I have no problem with none of that.
And hey, man, real quick, shout out to Uncle Gates in the chat room. He was trying to come on the show. We're getting ready to leave out of here, bro. But I appreciate you anyway, man. Definitely come through next Friday, and I'll make sure to get you on, bro. But, bro, this has been one hell of a free-for-all. Man, there are sometimes we argue about shit that I don't even know what we're arguing about, like this last one. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate that there's always an incredible discussion here on the free-for-all, man. You know I appreciate y'all. I'm going to let y'all get your final thoughts for the free-for-all off, and we're going to get up out of here, bro. JD from the beautiful Isles of Hawaii, give me your final thoughts for the free-for-all, man.
Hey, man, I wasn't able to tune in from the jump, but I was happy to be able to call in, hear what your guys' opinion was on what the squad doing. Yeah, man, it's all energy pointing in the right direction, man. I know this season gonna be something. I believe the season gonna be something special. Like, just in general, there's too much good going in the right direction. It's too much all hands on deck, everybody heading in the same direction. So you get a bunch of people pulling in the direction. It's hard to stop that. And I think that we got a unit that's gonna do that. But hey, I appreciate what you do with the show, the podcast, Cody. Appreciate all you guys. Keep pounding, man.
Keep pounding, brother. It's always love, always love. Next up, my man Poppin from the Black Cat Panther Podcast. Y'all check him out on YouTube. Like him, sub up. Poppin, give me your final thoughts for the free for all today, bro.
I was gonna take a dig at Pickle earlier because I seen that little dog on his lap, and I was like, "What Bryce doing at your house?" But he pulled out. I kept that to myself.
Hey man, don't insult me,
Oh man!
And look, this is gonna be. I don't think is a big of an emotional roller coaster as we've been through. I think things are turning around. All I really wish for right now is these guys come back, focused, healthy, because we've been hit with the injury bug for the past couple of years. And other than that, man, look, you know we're gonna pop our shit. That's what we do. And no matter where we at, we as a Carolina fans, we have the best entertainment. If you want to hear about a true fan base, the other 31 teams can't fuck with us. We're the best. We're the best. So
that's it.
Y'all keep tuned. Make sure y'all show up every time that we get a chance to have a C3 free for all. I still didn't get to hear Diesel Skills jersey. I want to hear that one as well. And other than that, man, y'all be safe. Love y'all, and we out.
Keep pounding, brother. Shout out
Wesley Walls. Real simple. I'm gonna get me a Wesley Walls throwback jersey.
Yeah.
Second hand. I'm gonna get me a cheap one, brother. It's real easy for me.
Yes, sir. Hey, man. And if y'all missed it, check out the Wesley Walls interview this past Tuesday on the pod. Great interview with Wesley. We appreciate him for his time. Next up, my brother, C-Dog 1983. Appreciate you as always, bro. Give me your final thoughts for today's free for all, man.
Final thoughts, man. Real quick. I hope everybody have a great weekend. But final thoughts, man. I hope Bryce Young. I can't wait, man. You know, everybody know at first I wasn't a Bryce Young fan. Like I always say, after he got benched, he came back and played. I want to say the final 8 games. In the final 8 games, he just played superb. He just played better. You know, he was a better player. He played with confidence. He was happy. He had a pocket presence. You know, so we should be seeing some triple options, 3 options this season. I'm very excited. Very excited.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
it. But my bad.
No, you're good, man. I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead, man.
For the C3 podcast, you know, the longest running Panthers podcast on YouTube. You know, they go live every Tuesday. They got a free for all every Friday. They got the game simulation, Madden simulation during the season on Saturday. And they got the game recap on Sunday. You know, but real quick, my last thing, I can't wait to Bryce Young come out here and Easy E come out here and kick ass this year, man. I'm ready for this. Man. Keep pounding.
Keep pounding, brother. Love it. Let me go to my man, Cole. Appreciate you, Cole. Give me your final thoughts for the free for all, bro.
It's real simple for me, Cody, man. I'm just real appreciative to be talking with other Panther fans that are just as knowledgeable and as passionate as I am about it. I love what we do all the time, every single week, man. So I'm going to just keep it short. Y'all keep pounding. And I'm chilling in the green room for a little bit. So if anybody's staying up, get at me.
Good
yes,
stuff,
sir. Bro. Shout out my man, Cole. G Baby, my bro. What's up, dog? I appreciate you, man. Give me your final thoughts for the free for all, man.
Well, this season is a fucking success in my eyes. I feel like the only way this is a failed season is because of this past defense. I feel like every single thing that we have to offer on offense, defense, special teams, all that, etc., I feel like we fail because of our fucking past defense. So in my personal opinion, we must sign multiple fucking free agents to this fucking pass defense, because the last time I checked, it was the worst fucking pass, actually the worst defense ever. So I just don't understand how you guys want to throw these fucking
G baby.
I just don't get it, bro.
G baby, go smoke you some weed. Go take your solid liquor. Calm down. It's gonna be okay, sir.
Let him give his, sir. Let him
This
give
pass defense scares the shit out of me, you guys.
I know. No, look, calm down. I'm telling you, just calm down.
It should, G baby.
Let him give
okay.
his end. Everybody gives their end, and they should be able to do that without interruption.
Okay, and I got Bryce Young. He's gonna be the best young QB in the fucking NFL, boys. In my personal opinion, we have the truth. We have that QB. We have our QB for the fucking future until he's done playing here in fucking Carolina. I feel like the strides Bryce Young's about to fucking make this year are about to be just astronomical. Like, he's about to put the NFL on fucking notice. I genuinely believe that. I feel like this is our year, boys. This is our year. We're gonna, like I said this at the end of last year, going into this year. We win the NFC South from here. I'm not scared of no one in the NFC South. The Saints are on the decline. The Bucks are on the decline, and I fucking hate the fucking Falcons as well. So I feel like we can definitely go for the division and hopefully make a run in the fucking playoffs. So but this defense, we have to fix this defense. So hopefully it holds up, because our offense will be top 10 passing, or just overall just a top 10 offense. We definitely have that shit. So.
Appreciate you, bro. Hey, G baby, you sound kind of like Chuba Hubbard, bro.
Hey, it's a successful season if this pass defense does not fuck up.
I hear you, bro. All right, man. Let me go to my man, Jake the Snake. Appreciate you as always, brother. Give me your final thoughts for the free for all, man.
Hey, another great Friday free for all as always, man. I appreciate talking, about our team every time we get the chance. And besides that, tune into the Tuesday show, rewatch it if you ain't watched it yet, and if you have watched it, watch it again, because it's a great show. I love that interview with Wesley Walls, man. That made my night. I mean,
fire.
Yeah, it was fire.
Fucking cinematic type shit. Like, I was in the zone in that interview, bro.
Oh, I was too.
Hey, man, I'm happy y'all enjoyed it, brother.
Hey, I think it's a season that we ain't gonna be able to miss this, y'all. I think it's gonna be a great season. I really do. Keep pounding.
Do too. Keep pounding. Panther Pickle, you're up. Give me your final thoughts for today's free for all, my brother.
Guys, we all have different opinions, and that's good. That's good. That's what makes Friday Free for All cool. Over the years, we've made Friday Free for All cool by the fact that me and G Baby go at it, or me and C Dog, or Cody's always trying to stop us, but in the end, we ignore his drops and keep on going.
That's right.
One thing I want to say though, and I don't mean just directed at one player, but the group as a whole. But I want to name the players. The Panthers earlier this week dropped something and people freaked out about it. But maybe I'm old, maybe I'm stupid, but I understood it. It's called leave your mark, okay? And in my opinion, Bryce Young should have the right to leave his mark on the NFL. He should be able to leave his mark, good, bad, or indifferent, on the NFL. Chuba Hubbard should have the ability. Rico Dowd and Etienne should have the right to leave their mark, right along with Tetrone McMillan, Xavier Legette, Jalen Coker, Jimmy Horn Jr., and the list goes on. And even on the defense, Nick Scorton, Chow Smith-Wade, Derek Brown, these guys, some of these guys are young. They're very young. Do they know everything right off the bat? No. But they should have the right to leave their mark. And who are we to say that they can't leave their mark? And earlier, that leave mark comment, people misunderstood it, I think. Nobody was saying keep pounding. That was a stupid concept if anybody thought they were replacing that. The bottom line is these young guys have a right to leave their mark. You know what? Cam Newton in 2021, when we drafted him in 2011, people said you can't run like he does in college. It's not possible in the NFL. He said, just give me a chance. Let me leave my mark. And he left his mark on all of us, and we were good before it. Look, when we drafted Luke Kuechly. People said, a lot of folks, including myself, were mad that we drafted him because we said we don't need no damn linebackers. Guess what? Damn, was this boy wrong? He was the best linebacker we ever had. And they still ain't nobody as smart as he was. I don't see any time in the future they're going to be anybody as smart as him. And that's what he did. He left his mark. It took Thomas Davis a little while, but he left his mark. And all these guys on this roster should have the ability, and at the very least, they should have a chance to leave their mark. All right, so if you see him in preseason, you see him maybe on a practice squad or whatever, don't disrespect them because they're just trying to get where I've never been. They're trying to be at that point where some of us can only dream of being, And, man, hey, they did it. I didn't. I'm not going to hate them because they're the spot I wanted to be. Y'all, keep pounding and let them leave their mark.
Let them leave their mark. You heard the man, very well said, Panther Pickle. We appreciate you as always. And listen, man, if you have spent any length of time around the C3 Friday free-for-all, the final words go to the brand ambassador himself, these ill skills. And can I just say, this man always has the most fire background, the most fire pictures. Captain Commander Bryce Young at your service.
Hey, y'all about to hate me. I'm about to blow.
Ill skills. Give me your final thoughts for the free-for-all, my brother.
That's just fire, bro.
There's no way to wrap this show up. This show was fueled by passionate fans having discussion on the way to the game, just like Tony had always intended. There is no end to this discussion. This discussion can only be ended and summed up by seeing what the Carolina Panthers do in 2025. And then guess what? The conversation rolls on to the next season. And that's what it was. Passionate fans letting other fans know how they feel about this team moving forward. And like I said earlier in my opening monologue, that the Carolina Panthers need to honor a lot of these players from 1996, from 2003, and all the seasons in between that have left their mark on this Carolina Panthers team. It's time to get them into the Hall of Honor, David Tepper. Thanks to you, Tepper, even all the hate and all the making fun of you that we do because you bought this team and decisions you've made along the way that were certainly blunderous and horrible outcomes for this Panthers team. You did honor all those players that we love so much in 2019, and one of them being Wesley Walls. Make sure you tune into the C3 Panthers Podcast, the longest running Panthers podcast, every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Get the latest takes and Panthers fans' opinions on this Carolina Panthers team. But we're all here together, and it was an absolutely great show. I guess I'll end it out talking about how now we're not fighting about who the quarterback is for this team. We're all in lockstep moving forward. Dave Canales is our coach. Dan Morgan is our GM. I think we all believe in those two. I think we believe in Bryce Young as our quarterback, and we need him to have a big year. We want him to be the admiral of this team, the main man moving forward, moving these troops, these wide receivers forward down the field, scoring points for the Carolina Panthers. There's so many questions on the defense that it's like we don't even know how to discuss it. Like we don't know where to start. Like there's so much confusion on defense. We don't know really where the defense is headed, but we know where the offense is moving. We know what direction that's heading. We saw Bryce Young put up 2,100 yards, 15 touchdowns in his final 10 games of the 2024 season. We know what direction we're going with Dave Canales, and it's offensive driven. We've got a battleship in Ted McMillan or T-Mac moving forward. We've got a destroyer in Coker. We've got all these different weapons for Bryce Young. We've got our armada. We've got our fleet. We've got submarines. We've got who is it? We got Thielen, we got Renfro, we got all these different guys, Cody, moving forward for this Carolina Panthers team. And Bryce Young is an admiral. We need him to have a big year for this Carolina Panthers team. It's what must happen going forward. Will he get 3,500 yards? Will he get 4,000 yards? We just don't know how it's going to play out. And I'm glad that we can get together and discuss and debate the different wide receivers and the ones that we believe are the best weapons, even the running backs and the tight ends moving forward. And that's what this show tonight was all about. How are these weapons going to help Bryce Young win games? And will the defense be there for us moving forward? I don't know, man. But I know you can tune in Tuesday, 9 p.m., and you can come give your opinion on this Carolina Panthers team. And that's what we urge you to do each Friday at 7 p.m. here on the Friday Free-For-All, because here, Cody, is where the fans matter.
C3 Legion, keep pound.